ABC Sports presents high school football. Today's game is brought to you by Doan Ford, patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, WB Green, West 40 Auto Sales, Southeastern Med, Abels, Valentine Insurance, AMG Vanadium, Farmers Merchant Bank, Snode, and Dudley Satelites.
Good evening and welcome to high school football here on WBNV. Tonight we are at Shenandoah High School where the homestanding Shenandoah Zeps with a 5-1 record are celebrating homecoming, and the visitors tonight, the Monroe Central Seminoles, a record of 1-5. And this pregame show is brought to you by Gillespie Drugs and Braden Med Services, providers of reliable prescription services, over-the-counter items, vitamins, as well as a huge selection of gifts, including Radio Shack. Don't forget Braden Med for all your home health care needs. Wishing all local schools good luck this football season. And welcome, as I say, to the campus of Shenandoah High School and Shenandoah Elementary School. I'm Jeff Stevens, along with Mark Brown. Christian Mills on our camera tonight, and Brett Klein is our director. And you can, if you're not already doing so, you can join us tonight on YouTube, on YRP TV, and also on Facebook, and you can see the action here tonight. Well, Mark, it's been a couple of weeks. We had a chance to see Shenandoah, and unfortunately from Zep fans, it was their only loss of the year. But kind of impressed with some things that Shenandoah has done.
Well, we were impressed with our quarterback when we saw him at Union Local. Of course, Union Local undefeated and a much bigger physical team than Shenandoah was, beat them fairly easily. But that is the only losses we said for the Zeps. And was very impressed with Braxton Barnett, their freshman quarterback. Nice athlete, and he threw the ball well. He ran well, and I think we'll see a pretty nice game out of him tonight.
And Braxton Barnett, as you said, is a freshman. He's closing in on the single-season passing yardage record for Shenandoah. He's not just 100 and some odd yards tonight, to break that record. He's already set the record for most touchdown passes in a season as a freshman. And that career passing yardage record is held by Jedediah Stephen here at Shenandoah. Monroe Central, on the other hand, got their first win of the year last week. They've struggled against a pretty competitive schedule. Numbers have been down, but numbers are up this year. But just not able to produce wins as of this point.
Yeah, and, as you said, a pretty tough schedule. Of course, they did play and beat Magnolia last week for their first win. And they still have some decent opponents coming up, as do the Zeps, and we'll talk about that throughout the game. But, Monroe Central on the road tonight. And we do want to mention, Jeff, this is homecoming night tonight for the Zeps, and we'll get you the information later on. And the young lady that is the homecoming queen winner tonight here at Shenandoah. Yeah,
Shenandoah does that, prior to the game. A lot of schools do that during their halftime ceremonies on that. Looking at Shenandoah, sitting in pretty good shape right now in the computer ratings for playoffs. But, man, the Zeps have got a meat grinder of a schedule ahead of them the last 3 weeks where they must play at River, at Barnesville, and home to Caldwell, and those three teams are only 17-1 for the year.
I was going to say Barnesville's undefeated, Caldwell's undefeated, and River has only lost one game, and that was to Barnesville. So you're right. They try to take care of business tonight. Then they've got the work cut out for them the next 3 weeks.
Head coach of the Zeps, Josh Lowry, Monroe Central head coach Josh Ishii, both relatively young. This is Josh Lowry's first year as the head coach here at Shenandoah, but he has a couple years of head coaching experience at Cambridge, and Josh Ishii, who succeeded, Jaser Costa, as I believe this is his 5th year as the head coach at Monroe Central. So, we're, just a few moments away from kickoff here. Monroe Central will receive, Shenandoah will win the toss and will receive the opening kickoff. Let's go ahead and step aside for a few messages. And when we come back, we've got high school football here on WBNV, on YouTube, and on Facebook, Monroe Central and Shenandoah.
Zanesville plants. Come join a company with a strong environmental purpose and commitment to community. To learn more, visit AMG's website at amg-v.com/careers. AMG offers a competitive wage and benefit package. Applications are currently being accepted.
Hi, this is Stan from Dudley Satelites, your local dish authorized retailer. Our community is our family, and we are committed to supporting causes that matter here in southeastern Ohio. That's why we are proud supporters in high school sports. It's just one way we are helping to make a difference right here in our own backyard. Call us at 740-581-1191 or visit 510 Cumberland Street, Caldwell to learn more about how we are supporting our community through Dish Cares.
Back here at Shenandoah High School, just moments away from the kickoff of this game between the Monroe Central Seminoles and the Shenandoah Zeps. You know, I'm Jeff Stevens. This is Mark Brown.
Wow.
Along with our director, Brett Klein, and cameraman, Christian Mills tonight, joining us here on WBNV, and also available the video of this game on YouTube and Facebook. So able to tune in there and enjoy, and you can see what we're talking about. I'm not sure sometimes if that's good or bad, Mark.
Yeah. Well, usually we botch names up all the time of who carries the ball and everything. Nobody knows because they can't see it. We do that tonight, they're going to know because they're going to see it.
And believe me, somebody will let us know. See across the way there were the Seminoles, who now visiting teams utilize the dressing room across the way at the Shenandoah Elementary School, slowly making their way toward the field and down to what is our right. And the right is if you are viewing this game, the Shenandoah Field House, they'll be on the field momentarily. And once again, this pregame show is brought to you by Gillespie Drugs and Braden Med Services, providers of reliable prescription services, over-the-counter items, vitamins, as well as a huge selection of gifts, including Radio Shack. Don't forget Braden Med for all your home health care needs. Wishing all local schools good luck this football season. And we appreciate all the sponsors, on all of our stations that sponsor high school sports, because without them, we would not be able to air the number of games that we do during the course of the season.
And of course, we'll mention here on WBNV next week, we'll see these very same Monroe Central again. This team. At Monroe Central, they will host Barnesville next week. And then 2 weeks from tonight, Barnesville will be hosting Shenandoah. So we'll be seeing these two teams, one next week and one the following week against Barnesville.
Kind of a little triangular setup there,
yeah.
On that, which is good. And then, of course, during the final week of the season, and it's hard to believe we're talking about the final week of the season already, on WBNV, we'll have the Union Local Jets and the Barnesville Shamrocks. And, of course, the Shenandoah Zeps will take on their Noble County rivals, the Caldwell Redskins. And some potentially good matchups down the road, on all of our stations, here as the season winds down. But this is just another beautiful night. And I tell you, as you look across the way, we're in our press box facility at the hillside over there with the sun hitting the trees and the hillside. It's, great view here as Monroe Central's now taking the field. But
and they fixed this facility up a few years ago, built a brand new 8-lane track down here. And one thing you'll notice, they took the bleachers away to make that track from the visiting side. They're on this side now.
Yeah, everybody.
So it's nice.
A little unusual. Everybody, all fans, both teams are on the same side of the field on that. But a few places that do that. But excellent facility here with your baseball and softball fields right here with the track and the football field. As the Zeps are now out.
A new up top, a new weight room facility and everything up there too. So yeah, they've done a nice job down here with their athletic facilities here at Shenandoah.
Yep. And we appreciate, the help getting in here and everything set up. New AD here at Shenandoah High School is Craig Sebring, and also appreciate the food that was prepared for us there by Nellie Easterling on that. And now Nellie will get mad at me for mentioning that, but she'll get over it. So we're just a moment away here as the officials, taking their spots on the field now. As I said, Shenandoah will
kick off. Yeah.
Shenandoah will receive.
Oh, Shenandoah, yes, right, correct.
And so we'll get a quick look here at Braxton Barnett, along with his top receivers, which includes Weston Miley, also Brendan Portman, Joel Radizak, running back Jacob Feldner behind a pretty solid line. Monroe Central, will kick off here with senior Jake Vinskovich. Will tee it up. And going deep for Shenandoah is Weston Miley, Hunter Yates, and looks like Brendan Portman. Just one man, Portman, is deep. And you get a feeling here with the look at the lineup here, Mark, that when you're playing a 1-5 team, be ready for anything. The Zeps may be thinking, squib kick or onside kick here to start the game.
And you see a lot of teams anymore squib kick it all the time.
Yeah. And this kickoff is brought to you by Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company on Main Street in Cumberland, covering insurance needs of Ohioans for 122 years. And so we had the signal there, and Vinskovich making sure everybody's ready. And there's the kick, and it's deep downfield, and it'll be one hop and taken there about the 15-yard line. This is Portman across the 30, and he'll be down about the 32, 33-yard line.
All right, so Shenandoah will take over on their first offensive set tonight and see exactly where they put the ball down. It's going to be right about their own 30-yard line, it looks like. Yes, exactly on it.
I thought he got upfield a little farther than that, but that's where they say he's down. So that's where.
Well, now you're right. Look, they just moved it up. Jeff, you got good eyes.
Well, confusion among officials before this first snap of the game. That's not good. But shotgun for Braxton Barnett, the freshman. They now look, get ready. Now look to the side as the coaches overlook the defense here and change the play if necessary. 5-man front for the Seminoles, and they'll give the Feldner around right side, 35, just shy of the 40-yard line, where he'll be brought down.
So it's got a nice gain for Feldner on the first play. That'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 2.
And quickly to the line. Very fast tempo. Quick out here. The ball's intercepted. Tucker Howell picks off the pass, and he's going to the end zone. Touchdown, Monroe Central. Wow. I'm going to call that about 35 yards. Tucker Howell, who will be the Monroe Central quarterback, stepped in front of the intended receiver, and all he had to do was catch the ball and go. An easy touchdown.
Well, I'm sure that took the Zep fans by surprise.
I'm going to call that about 35 yards. And the Seminoles will line up and go for 2. As they, try to get everybody on the field. People in the extra point team, I'm sure, weren't ready. Weren't expecting a quick touchdown by the defense. Play clock now inside 6 seconds. But Howe running back beside him, freshman A.J. Rudder, and we're going to get a flag down before we get the snap. And we're going to get...
Okay, I thought maybe...
I tell you, they're going to signal off encroachment against the defense. So that's going to move the ball down to the 1.5-yard line.
Well, Monroe Central gets a break there because they were just about out of, they were down to the last second.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there, but you're exactly right. You were down inside 2 seconds probably on the play clock. So now they get a fresh 25. High snap. Howe trying to get to the outside. He's got nowhere to go, and he's going to be brought down. Well, now he breaks away. He's got running room to the outside, picks up a block, but he's still running. He's going to throw the ball to the back of the end zone. Caught.
What a play by Howe.
Xavier Kinney.
And there are flags all over the field.
Well, I get a feeling.
You almost have to think there's got to be some holding.
Multiple holding calls. And so that 2-point conversion pass to Xavier Kinney will not count. And it's a 15-yard penalty.
Chop
block, which, that means 2 guys blocking at the same time, one high, one low. And something that you see called a lot in the colleges and the NFL. But it's a safety rule. So you bring that back now, and I think that's 15 yards from the point of the foul. So Monroe Central is going to have to try this extra point, 2-point conversion from the clear back at the 27-yard line, 28-yard line.
How often do you see that on the 2-point attempt?
Wow. I mean, there's not much in your book. So basically, it's like a 4th and goal play. So I'm not sure what Coach Josh Ishii's got in his playbook for this.
Yeah, like you said, whatever they do for fourth and long.
So once again, Howell will take that snap on this 2-point conversion. He'll roll to his right. Now he'll go back to his left. He's got a lot of pressure. And he's going to try to run for it across the 20 to the 15, and he'll be wrapped up and be brought down, at about the 20, 25-yard line. So the run for the two-point conversion fails, but the pick six by the Seminoles with 11:20 left in the opening quarter. Monroe Central jumps out to a 6-0 lead. We'll be back with the kickoff after this.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Susan, it's so great to finally be able to get together again.
Oh, it sure is. And I really...
They were there for us, and this Veterans Day we're giving back. This is Russ Abels from Abels Heating, Cooling, and Electric. We've partnered with Amana to give new furnaces to 2 local heroes in need. Whether they're active duty, a veteran, or a surviving spouse, if you know someone who could use help staying warm this winter, tell us. See the details and make your nomination by October 21st at heatforourheroes.com and help Able serve those who served us.
High school football
From ABC Sports
on WBNV, Barnesville, Woodsfield, 93 BNV.
Well, just 40 seconds into this game, a defensive touchdown by Monroe Central, and as they take a 6-0 lead, and Jake Vinskovich will tee it up once again. And Portman deep for the Zeps. I think this crowd is stunned by that development.
Yeah, it's really gotten quiet, hasn't it?
Line drive kick. Portman takes it about his own 20-yard line, gets across the 35-40, and he's going to give good field position. And a whole host of Seminoles in on the tackle there. Xavier Kinney was in on that tackle, along with Caden Buzzard. And Shenandoah will now take over start this possession at their own 40-yard line.
Well, the one play for positive that Shenandoah had was Jacob Feldner with an 8-yard carry. The next play, of course, was the pick six. So this is only the third play of the game for the Zeps.
They'll give it to Feldner right up the middle. He'll meet some resistance. He'll have nowhere much to go. And then on that tackle for the Seminoles is Dalton Phillips. Pickup of only about 2 yards. 2nd and 8. Quick snap once again to Barnett. He'll give the ball to Feldner. He breaks through. It's a first down across the 50. We'll be tackled in the open field by Tucker Howell, but not until he gets down to about the 44-yard line in Monroe Central territory. About a 14-yard pickup, if your math is the same as mine. And once again, right back and give it to Feldner once again to the outside, and he'll go out of bounds and be hit there by Howell, out of bounds at the 30, about another 14 yards. It's obvious here that the Zeps are going to try to establish the running game here early. A couple nice runs there by Feldner. He's going to get it one more time, and this time he'll get across the 25, surging forward to about the 23-yard line. Carter, number 62.
Give that 6 yards on that carry.
That's Talon Stein. And you give him what, 6 yards?
Yes. Yeah,
once
that
again,
97 close, but anyway.
And to give it to this time a different running back. That's going to be Aiden McPeak. He gets a short gain down to about the 21-yard line. And it's going to bring up 3rd down and about a yard. And McPeak in to give Feldner a spell. He'll get the ball again. He'll get his first down across the 20 to about the 19. Short pickup, but it will be a first down. The Zeps going at it right in a hurry. By the time you get a chance to mark down the yardage here, they're back at the line ready to snap the ball again. Once again here, it's snapped to Barnett. He'll give it to McPeak. Breaks away from a tackle in the backfield, and you get a very short gain, maybe another yard down to the 18. Talon Stein on another tackle. Barnett now fakes to Feldner. He's going to go around to the left side. He's going to be down near the 10-yard line, still fighting for some yardage. And that's a keeper by Barnett. Buzzard and Carter Knowlton also in on that tackle. Put the ball down at about the 11-yard line.
Big gain of 8. It's his first carry of the game.
It's 3rd down and short.
Good job here by the Monroe defense.
That is Feldner, and he is short of the first down. I don't think there's any gain on that play.
No.
And that's it. It's going to be 4th down and about 2.
Feldner even lost about a half a yard on that carry.
Zeps, going right back to the line quickly and get some movement on a hard count. And Monroe Central jumped, and that's going to be a 5-yard penalty. And the Seminole defense just gave Shenandoah a first down.
That will now make it 1st and goal, right on the 5-yard line.
But I think a good hard count there by Barnett drew him. He's going to throw a quick out now, and a good tackle in the open field there that's Tucker Howe once again. The ball is complete to Radizak, but the tackle in the open field, they may give him about a yard. And it's 2nd down and goal. A nice open field tackle there by Tucker Howe. Again, here comes Barnett. He's going to roll to the left, man in the end zone, and he's got a pass. It's complete, and that is a touchdown. And the receiver is Brendan Portman.
That's a 6-yard TD catch. Threw it low, but Portman was able to get it right before it hit the ground. Nice catch there by Portman, excuse me.
Brendan Portman, 6-yard reception. And that is a TD. We're now tied 6-6.
Shenandoah will go for the 1 point.
And that is Hickman now in to kick the extra point. Line drive kick. It hits the upright. No good.
So we got a score with 7:56 to go in the first quarter. Both teams tied with 6 points.
And we'll be back with the kickoff right after this.
Just like on the field, we believe in teamwork with our customers. This is Ashley Rich from the Farmers and Merchants Bank on the Square in Caldwell. With our services, you can bank from your home, the office, or even at the stadium. You can sit back and enjoy the game knowing your money is in great hands. Good luck to all the local teams this year from everyone at the Farmers and Merchants Bank, member FDIC.
High school football
From ABC Sports.
on WBNV, Barnesville, Woodsfield, 93 BNV.
Back here at Shenandoah High School, and 2 or 3 first downs on that drive there by the Shenandoah Zeps. And our first downs tonight are brought to you by Caldwell Lumber. And you should hear me say that's another Caldwell Lumber first down various times, so I'm going to try to do better. And the place kicker there was Aaron Bragg Hickman for Shenandoah, and that kick banged right off the left upright. So we are at 6-6, and still 7:56 left, quarter number 1. Zeps to kick off here on your Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company kickoff. And across the 40, across the 50, brought down. That is, get that number if you can. Is that 26?
Yes.
Okay, number 26, that is Price for Monroe Central.
Nice return there. He took it into Shenandoah territory.
Terry Price is a senior for the Seminoles. They'll put the ball in play now at the Shenandoah 48-yard line. And this will be the first offensive snap officially of the game for Monroe Central with 7:49 left in the first quarter. Game tied at 6 because the Seminoles had a pick 6 for a touchdown. They did have a 2-point conversion try, but that's not an official play. So in the shotgun, their sophomore quarterback is Tucker Howe. He'll hand the ball off to freshman A.J. Rudder, breaks a tackle across the 40. He's down to about the 30-yard line. Freshman A.J. Rudder, they'll put him down about the 32. That's going to be about a 16-yard pickup. Well, both these teams, Mark, give up a lot of yardage and a lot of points. And in the early going here of 4.5 minutes, it's resembling that already. Game tied at 6. The line of scrimmage about the 32-yard line in Shenandoah territory. They'll fake the ball to Rudder. Howe will try to keep it. breaks away from a tackle, keeps his balance, gets outside, still on his feet. He's going to be near the first down and forced out of bounds down near the 22-yard line. And I think it is a Caldwell Lumber first down. And they'll put it down at the 21-yard line.
I'll tell you one thing I've already noticed about Tucker Howe, the quarterback, very shifty runner. We've seen that in all 3 plays that he's had the ball.
Seminoles now 3 receivers wide right. And Howe drops back, looks that way, throwing down the middle of the end zone, pass incomplete. Intended for Carter Knowlton, knocked away there by defensive back for the Zeps. Not sure. I think Hunter House, the defender there for
and we apologize.
Zeps.
We're on the far end of the field, and those white numbers are kind of hard to see on the green uniforms.
So it will be 2nd down and 10 now, Seminoles at the Zeps 21-yard line. Howe hands the ball off to his running back, Rudder. He'll be hit about the line of scrimmage.
Fumbled the ball, but the officials had already blown the whistle. And that'll be a gain. I don't know. I don't think he's going to get anything on that one.
Caden Palmer, one of the tacklers first there, I believe, for the Zeps.
No gain on that. That'll bring up a 3rd and 10. Definitely down in 4-down territory for Monroe Central.
We're tied at 6. Still better than 6 minutes left in the opening period. Howe rolling right. Now looks back to his left, goes toward the end zone. The ball is caught. Touchdown. That is Carter Knowlton on the reception. 21-yard touchdown. Oh, nice grab as he just out-jumped the defender. And that gives Monroe Central the lead at 12-6. And 21 yards, I believe that would be.
Yes.
That coming at 6:34 left in the opening period. And we've had a ton of action here already. And we haven't even played 5.5 minutes yet. Seminoles will go for 2. Howe alone in the backfield. Across the middle, the pass incomplete. And that try for 2 is no good. I think Rudder maybe is the intended receiver, but with 6:34 left in the opening period, Monroe Central 12, Shenandoah 6. Back with the kickoff.
Everyone's looking for an encouraging sign in today's economy. The fact is, you'll find one right here in Caldwell at State Farm Agent Sue Snode's office. Because State Farm agents like Sue have been here helping people protect the things that matter most. That's why more people trust State Farm, and we consider that a very good sign. See State Farm Agent Sue Snode at 400 East Street, Caldwell.
Whether you are experiencing pain in your knee, tingling in your fingers, or a sore back, Superior Med Orthopedics is here for you. Their patients' health and safety is their top priority, and they currently offer telehealth visits for your initial appointment. Take comfort in knowing when you come to their facility, they're following all protocols to ensure you remain safe. Find out all their team offers by visiting seormc.org today to learn more.
Action galore here from Shenandoah High School. 12-6 Seminoles. We've played less than 5.5 minutes. And this now time for Patrons Buckeye kickoff. Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company on Main Street in Cumberland, covering the insurance needs of Ohioans for 122 years. Jake Vinskovich kicking off once again. The line drive kick taken by one of the upbacks at about the 28-yard line. Miley, he'll get out across the 40, and he'll be brought down.
And
so that's where the
Whitaker with the tackle.
Tyler Whitaker. My pages are getting mixed up here, Mark. We'll have to do something about that. But now at the 41-yard line, Zeps once again very quick tempo on their other possession. Well, it was their second possession. It went down the field and scored. Braxton Barnett checks the sideline. There's 3 receivers to the right. They give the ball to Feldner, and not much running room there for Jacob Feldner. Terry Price takes him out of bounds there.
We'll give him 2 yards on that carry.
Dalton Phillips also in that area.
Bring up a 2nd and 8.
Give the ball to Feldner once again. He'll be hit in the backfield. Falls forward for a yard maybe. Well, now at the 44-yard line, 3rd down and 7. In 3 receivers wide right. Zeps running the ball a little bit more tonight than what we saw a couple weeks ago when we saw Shenandoah at Union Local. Quick out to the right. That's Portman. He's going to fight forward, and it looks like he has the yardage. Forward progress should give him the 1st down.
Yep, he needs 7, and that's just about what he got.
And it is a Caldwell Lumber 1st down for the Zeps. And quickly back to the line of scrimmage. Barnett now rolling left. Flips the ball up high, and it's going to be caught. Nice grab.
And that will be Hunter Yates, his first catch of the night. And it looks like
that's going to be Radizak, number 6.
Oh, I thought it was 5. Okay.
9-yard pickup. Down to the 39-yard line. 2nd down and a yard. They'll give the ball to Feldner. Bounce outside. He'll be brought down in the backfield. Good open field tackle. That's Terry Price. Nice open field tackle. No gain. 3rd down. 3rd down and a yard for the Zeps. Good defensive play there by Monroe Central and Terry Price. Now checking the side on this 3rd down and 1 play. We're still 4:20 left in the opening period. 12-6 Monroe Central. Now Feldner will shift back just to the left of Barnett. They'll give the ball to Feldner. He'll be hit right at the line of scrimmage, and I'm right on the line there. Now the official from the far side's coming in, and they're going to give him forward progress and give him. Wow, that.
I was watching it with my binoculars. I really thought he was a bit short.
I thought so, but that is a Caldwell Lumber 1st down at the 38-yard line. Yeah, I was just about ready to say he was stopped just short, but a pretty good view here for our YouTube and Facebook viewers there of that play. Here's a quick out. And there's Howell's going to be on that tackle there. The receiver there is Portman. He's going to be down to about the 29-yard line. About a 9-yard pickup. And again, quickly back, 2nd and a yard. Shenandoah playing about as fast as I've seen any high school team play in a while. Handoff again to Feldner. He's going to have his 1st down to the inside the 20, and another Caldwell Lumber 1st down. And they'll put it at the 18, and once again, there's the Zeps. They're not going to give the defense a time to change. There's Feldner once again. He's hitting the backfield, but now he fights his way forward across the 15 to about the 14-yard line. And we got an injured player, and this will slow things down. That's down to the 13-yard line. And while they tend to the injured player here, we'll go ahead and we'll take a quick timeout here. Still in the 1st period, 3:16 remaining. Monroe Central 12 and Shenandoah 6.
I'm not buying till I check Doan Ford.
Most of us are faced with uncertainty every day. Your job, your finances, sporting events, schooling for your children, and so much more. With so much uncertainty surrounding you, there's one auto dealership that you can be certain about, and that's Doan Ford. You can be certain that you'll always get a great deal and the best service afterwards. In business for nearly 60 years has given Doan Ford the reputation of being a strong, reliable dealership. Be certain. Choose Doan Ford. Online at DoanFord.com.
Okay, the injured player, Drew Wildrout, sophomore offensive lineman. He's up and walks to the side and appears to be okay. They put the ball down at the 14-yard line. And that will be 2nd and 5 for the Zeps. And as I said before, that injury timeout there. Shenandoah playing just about as fast as any high school team as I've seen as far as number of snaps quickly here. 2nd and 5 now at the Monroe Central 14. Barnett rolling. He's going to throw a quick out, and that's going to be complete. That's Yates inside the 5, and he's going to be in the end zone. That's a touchdown, and that's 14 yards. And that ties the game at 12. Hunter Yates on the reception. So a 2:56 left in the first quarter, tying the game at 12. And the placement here, Aaron Bragg Hickman, try the extra point for the Zeps. He hit the upright on his first try. This one's bobbled a little bit, then he gets it through, and it is good. So 2 minutes and 56 seconds remaining in period number 1. Shenandoah Zeps 13, Monroe Central Seminoles 12. Kickoff in a moment.
Now located at 16050 McConnellsville Road in Caldwell, Ohio. Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company is a mutual insurance company established in 1896 for the purpose of providing insurance coverage to rural Ohio. They offer a product to meet your insurance need, whether it is for a farm, rental dwelling, home in town, secondary or seasonal dwelling, churches, or mobile home. They partner with Grinnell Mutual Insurance Company to offer liability coverage to package with their patrons Buckeye Mutual policy. Call today at 638-3604 and follow them on Facebook at Patrons Buckeye.
High school football
From ABC Sports.
on WBNV, Barnesville, Woodsfield, 93 BNV.
Back here at Shenandoah High School, I'm Jeff Stevens along with Mark Brown. Our director on site here tonight is Brett Klein and Christian Mills. And hope if you're not already doing so, join us over on Facebook or YouTube for the video of this game. Shenandoah kickoff. And the ball's taken by Price. He's tried to get cross field. He's going to be taken down on an open field tackle.
26 there for Shenandoah, and that was a 25 they're saying, okay.
James Freeman. And that was the Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company kickoff. And Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance on Main Street in Cumberland, covering the insurance needs of Ohioans for 122 years. 13-12 Shenandoah, and we're still in the first quarter. But Monroe Central now scoring on their only offensive possession of the game. They also added a pick 6 earlier. And they'll give the ball to the running back, Rudder, trying to get to the outside and breaks away from a couple of tackles, still on his feet. He's going to get positive yardage across the 25. He turned a 2 or 3 yard loss there into about a 5-yard gain, maybe 6-yard gain.
Yeah. Let's say 5 it looks like.
They'll put the ball down just past the 26-yard line. 2nd down. Second and 5. Seminoles shotgun for the quarterback, Howe. He's going to keep. He'll get across the 30. And from here, it looks like he's just short of the first down.
Looks like it'll be a gain of about 4. It will be. It'll be about a foot or 2 short, 3rd and a short 1.
Here's a situation you see come up a lot, Mark. You know, teams that run predominantly out of the shotgun, which both these teams are, and we see it a lot at the high school level, college and pro. You get into a 3rd and real short yardage, teams are really not able to go up under center and run the quarterback sneak because they're not used to doing it.
Right, and pretty much everybody knows what they're going to do anyway.
So here we are, with the quarterback, Howe, 6 yards in the backfield on 3rd and a yard. He's going to throw a quick out, and that's going to be complete to Xavier Kinney, and he'll break a couple of tackles, get across the 40, still on his feet, out of bounds near about the 47-yard line. That's a Caldwell Lumber first down for the Seminoles, pickup of
16 yards.
16 yards, okay. Just a short pass and a quick run, and they'll mark it at the 47-yard line. And
right now, Tucker Howell 3 for 3 throwing the ball. Check that, 2 for 3. Apologize. They have a 1st and 10.
Two receivers left, one right. Running back Rudder beside Howe. Howe will keep the ball. Break away from a tackle, now bounce the outside. He's got running room and lots of it. He's going to have the first down, but it's going to come back as we're going to have a penalty, and this is an area that's most likely holding on the offense. We'll get the call here. And downfield, the flag laying at about the 47-yard line. So that should be 10 yards from the point of the foul. And they'll march back now to the 40 into Monroe Central territory at the 43-yard line. So that was a positive play there for the Seminoles, but that will bring up that first down in about 14. Let's say downfield holding call is 10 yards from the spot of the foul. And that will wipe out the first down run there by Tucker Howe. So once again, Howe in the shotgun. His running back Rudder beside him, and we're going to get a whistle, and Monroe Central is going to spend a timeout. So with 24 seconds left in the first quarter, we'll take a timeout with him. It's Zeps 13, Seminoles 12.
Are you looking for a career path with a growing company? AMG Vanadium is actively recruiting for its Cambridge and Zanesville plants. Come join a company with a strong environmental purpose and commitment to community. To learn more, visit AMG's website at amg-v.com/careers. AMG offers a competitive wage and benefit package. Applications are currently being accepted.
Monroe Central timeout with 24 seconds left in the opening period. We've had a lot of everything happen so far, Mark.
Yes, we have. And we've already a half hour played, and we're still 2:43 to go in the first quarter.
Well, when you've had 4 touchdowns scored in the early going and a couple or 3 penalties.
And quite a bit of throwing. And like you said, a lot of first downs.
But there is first down 14 here after that Monroe Central timeout. Zep defense now back on the field. Seminole offense will come right to the line of scrimmage. And what will probably, well, I'm not going to say it'll be the last play of the quarter here. If it's an incomplete pass, that would not happen.
All right, I looked at that run. That's 24, isn't it?
Yeah, 24
I forgot
seconds.
about the tenths, yes.
And Howell will drop back. He wants to throw. He's going to
going
air it
long.
out and going deep for Carter Knowlton. And the ball is caught and dropped. The ball slid out of his hands. And he may, I'm trying to see for sure the defensive man there. What's that number? That's 8. That's Portman. And he may have knocked that ball away. So that will be an incomplete pass and 15 seconds left on the stop the clock. It was Carter Knowlton, the intended receiver.
Howell put that ball about 50 yards in the air. Nice throw.
And that was Brendan Portman, the defender on the play. And I'm not sure if he got a hand in there to knock that away or if it was just through the hands. They'll give the ball to Rudder now on this second down play, and he'll get short yardage, maybe a yard. And that should take us to the end of one period of play here at Shenandoah High School. Your score at the end of one period, Shenandoah 13, Monroe Central 12. Quarter number 2 is next.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Susan, it's so great to finally be able to get together again.
Oh, it sure is. And I really appreciate you picking up the bill.
I'm happy to. I've got the extra cash. Since we've all been driving so much more again, I've been using Upside, the free app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get paid cash when you buy gas with the Upside app?
Yes, I get real cash back just for buying the gas I was going to buy anyway.
But is it a hassle to use?
No, it's super fast and easy, and I can cash out whenever I want.
That's a total no-brainer. I'm downloading the free Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code HEAT for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's promo code HEAT. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, to PayPal, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code HEAT for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code HEAT.
Period number 2 ready to get underway here at Shenandoah High School. The Zeps leading 13-12 over the Monroe Central Seminoles. I'm Jeff Stevens, along with Mark Brown, Brett Klein, and Christian Mills. Glad you could join us here on WBNV or on YouTube or Facebook. 3rd down and 13 here for Monroe Central on their first snap of period number 2. As I said, 13-12 Zeps in an action-packed first quarter. Howe in the shotgun, and we get some movement, and I think Monroe Central is going to be penalized 5 yards for a procedure, false start. Now back it up to about the 39-yard line.
Monroe Central now 35 yards and penalties already. Shenandoah has not been penalized yet.
There was the holding call on this possession that cost Monroe Central a big gain and a first down, and now that's put them in this 3rd and long situation here from their own 39-yard line. So now we'll try to get the first play off here in period number 2. Howe alone in the backfield. 3 receivers right, 2 left. Drops back to throw, steps away from some traffic, tries to get the ball downfield. It's overthrown, and it's going to be incomplete. Rudder and Price both there for Monroe Central, but again, Howe under a lot of pressure and didn't have a lot of time to search out a receiver, and that should bring up our first punt
of the game, I think, by either team.
Correct. That's all we've had so far is touchdowns. Travis Barry, an offensive lineman, will go in punt formation here for Monroe Central. And Portman will go deep for the Zeps. Snaps low, and it's bobbled. And it's still bobbled, and it's still loose. And it's picked up by one of the Zeps. And their Zeps are going to be down near the 5-yard line.
But there is a flag on the play right about where the fumble or they lost possession there. We'll see what they're going to call.
Jace Anderson ended up at the ball down inside the 5-yard line. And that, well, let's not speculate here. The officials are going to talk about it. But that ball bounced around before it ended up in.
And they tried to throw it or toss it.
Well, you know, did you have an illegal forward pass?
That's what I'm thinking it is. Yeah, they threw it forward.
Which should result. Well, they're going to wave the flag off, and it's going to be first down Shenandoah. So it was not an illegal pass. And I got a feeling Coach Ishii is going to want an explanation over on the Seminole sideline. So now, here's the question, Mark.
Where do they? Yeah, that's what I'm waiting to see. Where are they going to mark the ball?
And the officials are still talking about it. As a former coach, Mark, you know what I always say. When you get officials together to talk about it, somebody's going to be unhappy.
Here we go.
Yep. I'm still not sure where they're going to put the ball down.
Yeah, is it where?
I think it's going to be down inside the 5-yard line.
All right, so fumble by Monroe Central.
I think it's going to be about at the 4-yard line. And the officials are still going to talk a little bit more. I'm not sure if they're convinced yet on where the ball should be. This is where the play ended up.
Yes.
You know,
after the forward, or right, it wasn't a lateral. I mean, he tossed it to him underhand forward.
And it was Jace Anderson at Shenandoah that ended up at the ball going to the end zone before he was brought down, I say near the 5-yard line. Looks like they're going to put the ball actually at about the 6-yard line.
Yes.
And I say we've got 4 of the 5 officials together still talking. And so we didn't have a real quick first quarter here, Mark, because of all the touchdowns. Now we're not off to a very good start here in the second quarter with a very lengthy officials discussion. Well, the bottom line is he picked up the flag and waved off the penalty. So I'm not sure what else they could be talking about. And we'll see what the official has to say here. They're now saying that it was an incomplete pass by the Monroe Central punter, not a fumble. So they'll come back to what was the previous spot, if they remember where the previous spot was, because the chain's already moved. And it will be Shenandoah's ball because that was a 4th down play. And by my count, that should be at about the 39-yard line. And they're pretty close to where it was before. But Shenandoah should have the ball then now. Now they're still moving back. They're not putting it down at the right place. That's not the correct spot.
Well, the coaches don't seem to be complaining too much.
It is Shenandoah ball at the 43-yard line. And the handoff is to Feldner. He's getting quite a workout. Still struggling, trying to get forward to about the 40-yard line to pick up about 3.
And that'll give Feldner now 70 yards on 13 carries already tonight.
Yeah, I still don't think they placed that at the right spot. But like, as you said, nobody from Shenandoah seemed to object. Now Barnett still in the shotgun with Feldner to his left as they check the sideline. The coaches for the play. Clock moving. Now 11 minutes left in the second quarter. 10 on the play clock. And a fake to Feldner, and Barnett's going to keep the ball and get to about the 35-yard line. Open field tackle there by Caden Buzzard. Pickup of about 5.
That'll bring up a
about to the
3rd and 2.
35-yard line. And this time they will give it to Feldner, try to get to the outside. He'll have running room and lots of running room. He'll be brought down on the far side inside the 25, and it will be a Caldwell Lumber first down for the Zeps. Down near the 22-yard line.
About a 12-yard gain, 13.
Okay. So the Zeps offense is really, with the exception of that interception, which resulted in a pick 6 early, the Zeps offense has moved down the field at will. This is Barnett rolling to the right. He's going deep to the end zone. It's caught and touchdown. As they said, the receiver, and I think that's Yates. Hunter Yates.
Yates, yeah.
And that's going to be a 22-yard. They took it off the board pretty quick there. That was Yates' second touchdown.
He's only got 2 catches tonight, but they're both for touchdowns, 14 and 22 yards.
And the Zeps will line up to kick the extra point. And again, this is Hickman. And we're going to whistle and a flag prior to the snap and an offside call, encroachment against the defense. And in some cases, when that happens, the offense will decide to go for 2, but it looks like the Zeps will keep their kicking team on the field. And they will move forward a couple of yards. And
Jeff, I don't remember Shenandoah kicking PATs when we saw him a couple weeks ago.
No. Miley's the holder. The kick is down and looks good and is good. So at 10:16 remaining in the second quarter, the score moves to Shenandoah 20 and Monroe Central 12. We'll be right back.
Hi, this is Stan from Dudley Satelites, your local dish authorized retailer. Our community is our family, and we are committed to supporting causes that matter here in Southeastern Ohio. That's why we are proud supporters in high school sports. It's just one way we are helping to make a difference right here in our own backyard. Call us at 740-581-1191 or visit 510 Cumberland Street, Caldwell to learn more about how we are supporting our community through Dish Cares.
What action we've had here at Shenandoah High School. We're now at 20-12 Zeps with 10:16 left in period number 2. And it's time for the Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company kickoff. Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company on Main Street in Cumberland, covering the insurance needs of Ohioans for 122 years. And getting ready to kick off for the Zeps is Weston Miley. And it's a bouncing kick down the field. Be picked up and bobbled, but then taken by Price at about the 25. He gives some ground back to the 20. We're going to get a flag down.
It's going to be an illegal block to the back, I think.
Yeah, I think I saw the flag there. So a lot of extra running there and not much yardage gained, but it will. But that will be a penalty from the 20-yard line. So that'll be half the distance to the goal. So Monroe Central will start back at their own 10-yard line.
All right, just for those wondering, right now we have a score: Barnesville 28 and Toronto nothing, with about 6 minutes left in the second quarter.
So Shamrocks try to stay undefeated, and we'll have the Shamrocks. We'll be back on WBNV after a little bit of a break in the last few weeks from Monroe Central next week. And so you're not able to get not a lot of connections here to be able to get a lot of scores as far as getting on the internet.
I actually got that on a text from Wesley Lewis.
Hey.
So
he helped us out a couple weeks ago.
Yes, he did, yes.
So now from their own 10-yard line, and we're going to get a whistle prior to the snap. And Monroe Central is going to spend a timeout. Let's go ahead and keep it here, on that. Then, while we try to sort out what all has happened here thus far, Monroe Central scored first as Tucker Howell with a 35-yard interception return for a touchdown to give Monroe Central a 6-0 lead. But Brendan Portman with a 6-yard touchdown catch for the Zeps tied the game at 6. Carter Knowlton had a 21-yard reception for a touchdown to put Monroe Central back up 12-6. But then back-to-back throws here, receiving touchdowns by Yates of the Zeps, and we're 20-12 in favor of Shenandoah. And what has been a eventful first quarter with the touchdowns and the long officials conference and a couple other things here. We're quarter to 8. We're 45 minutes into it here, and we're just less than 2 minutes into the second quarter. So after the Monroe Central timeout, Howe back to the shotgun. Long count, and we're going to get another flag before the snap. And we're going to get movement on the offensive line.
Wow.
That's going to take the Seminoles back now to the 5-yard line. And the Seminoles are going the wrong direction.
$55 yards now in penalties for Monroe Central.
And Howe wants to throw a quick swing pass out, and it's going to be complete. Short gain.
Be close to the original line of scrimmage.
Price
seems to be about 4.
Yeah, Price is the receiver for pickup of 4 yards. Now to the 9, Terry Price on a little swing pass. He stepped away from one tackler there to turn what could have been a loss, because he was back near the goal line, and he gets out to the 9. So it will be 2nd down and 11. See Shenandoah's defensive corners here playing very tight coverage on the Monroe Central wideouts. And Howe wants to scramble. It's a called run, but he has nowhere to go. He's going to lose yardage. That'll be a loss back inside the 5.
Yeah, it's going to be a loss of about 2 or 3 yards.
I think Radizak, one of the tacklers there, is back. We'll put him down at about the 7 maybe now as they do put the ball down. But it is a loss. And we'll bring up 3rd and about 13. Clock moving as we are inside 9 minutes left in the first half. Shenandoah leading 20-12. 2 receivers left, 2 right. Howe wants to throw. Has time, going deep. And the ball's going to be intercepted. That's great coverage back there by Brendan Portman, as he had the depth and doing a nice job there on the ball. You had 2 receivers there in Xavier Kenny and Carter Knowlton, but Portman did a nice job there to get that interception.
Yeah, they had double coverage there.
And that's going to put the ball down at the 39-yard line in plus territory for the Zeps at 8:39 left, period number 2. And the tide has changed quite a bit here since Monroe Central had the 12-6 lead. And 3 touchdown passes. That puts Braxton Barnett up to 22 touchdown passes for the year. He's already broke the school record for touchdown passes in a year, and we're only, not even to halftime of week 7 yet. Portman comes in motion. They'll give the ball to Portman. They hand it back here on a little flea flicker. They want to throw the ball downfield to the quarterback, and the ball's going to be knocked around and caught. It's tipped and caught for a touchdown, and that is Barnett.
Yes.
The quarterback, normally the quarterback will now add a receiving touchdown to his stats for the year. And I'm going to have to check and see for sure who threw that ball, Mark.
That's what I'm wondering, yeah. He got hit right as he threw it. I think that was the idea all along, the old play you used to do on the playground where the quarterback gives it to somebody, then goes out for the pass.
But the ball was tipped in the air.
And it came right to him, and he took it in. That was 39 yards. Again, though, we'll have to see we'll find out who threw that.
So Hickman, to try the extra point, he's been successful on 2 out of 3 thus far. Snaps down, kicks it up, and it's low, and This one will be no good.
26-12 with 8.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Shenandoah up over Monroe Central.
Just like on the field, we believe in teamwork with our customers. This is Ashley Rich from the Farmers and Merchants Bank on the Square in Caldwell. With our services, you can bank from your home, the office, or even at the stadium. You can sit back and enjoy the game knowing your money is in great hands. Good luck to all the local teams this year from everyone at the Farmers and Merchants Bank, member FDIC.
This is Russ Abels. Summer's winding down, but did you know this is actually the perfect time to upgrade your air conditioning? Because at Abels, the end of the season means an amazing deal. Call us now. We have system financing, and with incentives and extra add-ons available, the savings really add up. It's a great opportunity, our best offer of the season on a new high-efficiency system. For new AC, call Abels now. This is the final week to save.
The passer on that flea flicker touchdown by the Zeps was Hunter Yates, and the receiver was the quarterback, Braxton Barnett. Tipped the ball and resulted in a 39-yard touchdown. And the result is touchdown Zeps, and another patrons, Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company kickoff, located on Main Street in Cumberland. That's a short kick and covered quickly by the Zeps.
That would be number 11 for Monroe Central.
Buzzard, Hayden Buzzard.
Buzzard.
So now trailing 26-12, Monroe Central now put the ball in play at their own 35-yard line. 8:21 left, second quarter. So Yates has 2 touchdown catches and a touchdown pass. Barnett has 3 touchdown passes and a touchdown receiving. Fake handoff there. Howe, he'll have running room to the 40. He'll be out just shy of the 50-yard line, and a Caldwell Lumber first down. That's going to be about 14 yards.
Yeah, 14-yard gain there for Howe. First and 10. Down to about 8 minutes now in the second quarter. Shenandoah 26-12.
Seems like that clock's not moving very fast, Mark. 3 receivers go wide now for Monroe Central. That's 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Give the ball to, that is Rudder, who will be across midfield, pick up of maybe a couple of yards. See where they mark it down there.
So that'd be about a 1-yard gain.
I think Jared Trenner from his defensive end position in on that play also. big, strong group area. Jace Anderson, who was in on that wild punt play earlier there, that they put the ball down. It's about the back end of the football, just right about on the 50-yard line. And this is Dalton Phillips. And he'll not even get close to the line of scrimmage. He'll be driven back by a whole bunch of Zeps.
Radizak there made the first hit, Joel Radizak.
Now they're going to give him progress up to just shy of the 50. We'll call it maybe a loss of a yard. I think that's a fairly generous spot. And that will bring up 3rd and call it 9. The Zep defense starting to assert theirself in different areas here. There's a quick out here. Pass is complete to Kenny, but a nice open field tackle. That's Portman on that nice open field tackle. Pickup of about 3 yards.
And that catch was Yates, I believe?
No, it was Kenny.
Kenny, okay.
And that will be 4th down, and Monroe Central is going to keep their offense on the field, trailing 26-12. Even at the 47-yard line, they're going to line up and go for it on this 4th down and about 6. Howe will drop the throw. He's going deep down the middle. There's some contact, and the official's going for his flag.
He can't find it.
He can't find his flag, but it will be a 15-yard penalty on Shenandoah. And I think from what you said earlier,
that's their first penalty of the game.
But that will be 15 yards from the line of scrimmage, so Monroe Central will have the ball with a Caldwell Lumber 1st down at about the 35-yard line.
And we could see that all the way up here, just enough of a hold that it.
You could see the contact, and we also had a good view of the official trying to get to his flag, and I'm sure some of the Monroe Central fans probably thinking, how can they not call that? But if they were going to call it, it just was a matter. They put the ball down now at the 32-yard line. And we get some movement there. It's a quick throw to Knowlton, and the ball will be dropped, and they will call that a incomplete forward pass.
Howe now is 4 for 8 throwing the ball, including 1 touchdown and 1 interception.
At the end of the game, Mark, we have to do a play of the game, and let's remember that halfback pass or that end-around pass there by Yates to the quarterback Barnett. That, we'll go to the top of the list for potential play of the game.
We'll also have a player of the game sponsored by Plus One Pizza.
Howe to throw. This ball's complete about the 25-yard line. That's Kenny. He'll be out of bounds near the 20. I think it'll mark you about the 21-yard line. That's going to be another Caldwell Lumber 1st down.
13-yard catch.
And yes, they will mark it down at about the 21-yard line.
That was Kenny?
That was Kenny, yes. Yep. Xavier Kenny, senior. And good job, a short pass and turning it upfield and getting some positive yardage and getting his 1st down. Kenny's a senior, 5'10", 185. Again, Howe will keep and break away. He didn't break away from the last tackler.
A nice play there by one of the down linemen, 73 for Shenandoah.
And that would be Gage Glidden,
a junior.
Looked like Howe was going to break out and have some running room there, but good job of holding on to the ankle there, and the result of the play will be a loss of a couple of yards. We're now 5 minutes left in the opening half. 26-12 Shenandoah leading Monroe Central. Tucker Howe now will hand the ball off to his running back Rudder, and he'll get back to the original line of scrimmage, and that's about all.
We'll give him a gain of 2, and that'll bring up now 3rd and 10 yards. Again, 4 down territory for sure.
Well, and we saw Monroe Central go for it earlier there on the 47-yard line, so they're obviously going to go for it
Shenandoah
down here.
22.
And trailing by 14 points, Monroe Central needs to score here before halftime. And this is Howe. Across the middle, there's Kenny once again inside the 15. He'll go to the ground. This will be well short of the first down. Pickup of about 6 or 7 yards.
They've had success on that play with Kenny just coming from the opposite side over the middle.
A lot of cheering there by the Monroe Central crowd, but that play didn't gain as much as I think that some people thought, and this brings up a 4th down and about 4. But I think you're right. I think that's the exact same play that twice in a row Kenny's made the catch, kind of a crossing pattern there, and tried to use his quickness to get upfield, but pretty good job on an open field tackle there by the Zeps. So on this 4th down play, Knowlton and Price and one other will go wide, and we're going to get a whistle, and Monroe Central is going to spend a timeout here. It's a very important time here, and we'll take a timeout with them. 3:26 left, period number 2. Shenandoah 26, Monroe Central 12.
Everyone's looking for an encouraging sign in today's economy. The fact is, you'll find one right here in Caldwell at State Farm Agent Sue Snode's office. Because State Farm agents like Sue have been here helping people protect the things that matter most. That's why more people trust State Farm, and we consider that a very good sign. See State Farm Agent Sue Snode at 400 East Street, Caldwell.
High school football
From ABC Sports
on WBNV, Barnesville, Woodsfield, 93 BNV.
Monroe Central spending a timeout. I believe that is their final timeout of the first half on this 4th and 5 from the 15-yard line. Shenandoah leading 26-12.
We got a couple of scores here from some area. Of course, Barnesville right now not quite halftime. They are up over Toronto 35-0. Big score here, Lensley 14, Steubenville 7. And Cambridge 14-13 over Union Local. River over Shayside 14-0. And Caldwell 14-0 over Buckeye Local.
Union Local's schedule gets much tougher
Yes.
in the back half of the year, because after the game with Cambridge tonight, which is a tough one, they have to play St. Clairsville, Belair, and Barnesville to finish up. So,
yeah,
a lot of teams have had some good records earlier, are playing some tougher competition here late in the year.
Talked about the schedule Shenandoah's got coming up.
So 4th and 5, Howe rolling out to his right, has some pressure, and he's going to go down. That was going to be Radizak, I think. Yeah, Joel Radizak had a hold of Tucker Howe, and he's going to go down.
That'd be a 12-yard loss.
And that will be a turnover on well, wait, we've got a... Okay, they've got a penalty on Shenandoah, but the penalty was a dead ball foul, so since that was a 4th down play, Shenandoah will still get the ball, but they will be penalized
15
yards.
And that's their second penalty of the game now.
Yeah, and
both of them have been 15.
And a lot of people here down below us from Monroe Central, I'm not real sure understanding the call there. You see a flag on the other team, you think that's good. Well, I guess, yes, it is. You're penalizing Shenandoah 15 yards, but it was after the play was over. It was a 4th down play. So Shenandoah does have possession of the ball back. They'll start on their own 15-yard line.
The key word there was dead ball.
Yes.
So 3:19, plenty of time here for the Zeps, leading 26-12 over Monroe Central.
And we've seen them, in the past. A couple weeks ago, we saw Shenandoah score on some long plays in a hurry. And they'll hand the ball to the running back, Feldner, out to the left side. He'll break away from one tackle, fall forward to near the 25-yard line, and that will be a Caldwell Lumber first down, as they'll put him down at the 26-yard line. And another Caldwell Lumber first down for the Zeps. They have 3 timeouts left. This is Feldner once again getting quite a workout. He has running room across the 40, across the 50, foot race to the end zone. Tucker Howe will pull him down at about the 17-yard line.
It was on the 25, so we'll see where they put it down.
I'm going to say 56 yards.
Okay. And that puts him well over 100 yards now.
And that was a Caldwell Lumber first down. And they're quickly back there, the ball at the 18-yard line. And Barnett will keep it to the outside after faking the ball to Feldner. He's going to be fighting down inside the 10.
He's going to have first down.
Another Caldwell number first down. At 2:35, we said the Zeps have a quick strike ability. He's down to about the 5-yard line.
That'd be a gain of 14 yards for Barnett.
Well, with Feldner getting so much positive yardage, he's going to get a break now.
Feldner has 16 carries already here in the first half.
Aiden McPeak will give him a break and get the carry on that play, gaining a yard, maybe 2. They'll give him 2 yards to the 3-yard line. Freshman Aiden McPeak. And McPeak still in, relocates to the right. He'll get the ball and off the left side, and he has a huge hole in the freshman Aiden McPeak.
3-yard touchdown run for McPeak. And his line did a nice job of blocking for him there. He had a big hole to run through, didn't even really get touched.
We had a pretty good look at that, and we could see the big hole on the side there. But that's 4 consecutive touchdowns now for the Zeps. And Hickman once again in extra point. That touchdown coming at 2:04 before halftime. Snap is good. The kick is down, and it will be good. It was kind of a pop-up kick,
yeah,
but it served the purpose.
He's been all over the place. He's had him go under, over, onto the side.
But his third successful kick. So at 2:04 remaining in the second quarter, we're now at Shenandoah 33, Monroe Central 12. The conclusion of the first half after this.
Are you looking for a career path with a growing company? AMG Vanadium is actively recruiting for its Cambridge and Zanesville plants. Come join a company with a strong environmental purpose and commitment to community. To learn more, visit AMG's website at amg-v.com/careers. AMG offers a competitive wage and benefit package. Applications are currently being accepted.
Well, back with midway in the first quarter, about 6.5 minutes left in the first quarter, Monroe Central had a 12-6 lead. And since then, the Zeps have reeled off 4 consecutive touchdowns, 26 points. Shenandoah now leading 33-12 as time for yet another Patrons Buckeye kickoff. Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company on Main Street in Cumberland, covering the insurance needs of Ohioans for 122 years.
And up in Barnesville, they just go to halftime with the Shamrocks over Toronto, 35-0. We will be at halftime here in about 2 minutes of play.
Weston Miley's kick, taken by one of the up backs, and he'll be brought down at about the 30-yard line.
That will be Caden Buzzard.
So he takes that short kick. So with 1:57 left, Monroe Central has no timeouts. They'll put the ball in play at the 30, looks like about the 30, I think they'll put it down about the 33-yard line. Well, now trailing, as I say, by 21 points, 33-12. You know, there is still 2 minutes left. So I would look for Monroe Central to try to go downfield and throw the ball, but most of the night here, Tucker Howe's been under plenty of pressure.
Got 4 wide receivers on the left here.
He'll go quick out here for Rudder, and the ball right through his hands, incomplete. Good idea on that type play. As you said, 4 receivers there. You throw it to the person in the backfield, and you have 3 blockers out in front, basically a screen pass, but the ball goes incomplete. Exactly. And same formation, once again, 4 receivers here to the left. And looking that way, Howe won't try to run. He'll have some running room and break a tackle across the 45 to about the 47-yard line. Pickup of about 14 yards and a Caldwell Lumber first down. That's the option also on that, where you put 4 receivers out wide to spread the defense out and let a good runner, as Tucker Howe is, take off and get some yardage. Clock still moving now, 1:30 left before halftime. And again, that quick out here for Rudder. Blockers in front, across the 50, brought down about the 47, pickup of some 5 yards. And again, the clock's still running. Monroe Central has no timeouts. 1:10 on the moving clock.
I was watching there trying to get, can't find it. These numbers aren't, of course, they're not in order here, but I'll get his name here. A very nice block out there by one of the Monroe Central wide receivers.
Again, Howell looks that way with the 4 receivers. He's now going to scramble to the right, breaks away from a tackle. He's going to keep it and go to the 40 and get out of bounds at about the 36-yard line. That will be a pickup of 11 yards and a Caldwell Lumber first down. That stops the clock with 45 seconds left. Again, everybody with 4 receivers left. That left a lot of running room to the right.
Yeah. And that Terry Price was the one that really sprung that last play. Wide receiver out there, threw a nice block and drove his man about 10 yards down the field.
Yeah, Price, Rudder, Knowlton, and I believe Kenny. And this, we'll see what the play is, but that's okay.
Same thing pretty much.
And again, the ball is dropped and is loose, and what are they going to call here?
I believe it's going to be
a completion and a fumble.
Yeah.
I was watching there. It looked like Monroe Central would have had an illegal formation, but the person I thought would have been illegal stepped back to block. Clock still running now. The clock stopped here. Did Shenandoah call a timeout? No, I think they decided that was an incomplete pass.
Yes,
they called. I thought initially they were going to say a completion and a fumble.
Well, that's what I thought too. I thought he took 2 or 3 steps before he dropped it.
So it is 2nd and 10. 36 seconds left. Shenandoah leading 33-12. We are just before halftime. Howell alone in the backfield. This time 3 receivers left and 2 right. Here's a long throw across to incomplete, intended for Powell. I believe is the receiver there. Yes, that's Logan Powell, incomplete.
Pass was low. That would have been a tough catch.
Plus, if he would have caught the ball, he was still in bounds and would have kept the clock running.
And it would not have been a first down. It's about a yard short.
Correct. So that takes it back now to the 37-yard line. We're 30 seconds before halftime, 3rd and 10. Again, 3 receivers left, 2 right. Howell alone in the backfield. Across the middle, incomplete, and no, intercepted. And as Radizak, I believe, 40, he's across the 30 where he's going to be knocked out of bounds on the far sideline.
That was an interception, but the receiver should have had that ball. It just bounced off his hands and right into Radizak's for the 2nd interception of the night for Tucker Howell.
I believe, I'm not sure now. I could have called that wrong. I couldn't see on the far side. We do have a penalty flag on the return.
It might have been a late hit out of bounds. We'll see.
Well, the one flag, I think we have 2 flags, Mark. You have one over there where the tackle out of bounds and one back here at about the 36-yard line, which could be a blocking violation. We'll let the officials sort this one out. I need to check again here. I called Radizak's name on the interception, but I'm thinking I may have miscalled that. And we'll see what the call is here by the officials. Now the one official in the white hat is coming over and talking to Coach Josh Lowry. We're at 18 seconds left in the first half. You would think no matter where the ball is put in play, Shenandoah would just take a knee and go to halftime, but we'll see. If they were coming over to see. So we may have had one block below the waist. Each team called for a 15-yard penalty for an illegal block or a block below the waist. So those offset after the interception. So they're going to put the ball down at the 35-yard line. In Shenandoah territory with 18 seconds left. So I don't know, Mark, here.
Yeah, I was going to say, you go for a long one here?
Do you bomb one down the field here? You've got a strong arm quarterback with a couple of, very quick wide receivers. You may take a shot here. 21-point lead. We'll see what happens here with Mr. Braxton Barnett. And he's just going to hand the ball to Feldner, has running room, and we get a flag down. And Feldner temporarily has a Caldwell Lumber first down, but
18 yards on that carry. But
that's not going to stand.
No. It's going to be a hold.
And so 10 seconds on the clock. We'll get a holding call 10 yards from the point of the foul, which was near the line of scrimmage. That's going to take the ball back inside the 30. And they're going to put it down at the 28-yard line with 10 seconds left. And Shenandoah right back to the line of scrimmage. Clock's running. They do not have to run a play, but they will. And give it to Feldner. He'll be hit at the line of scrimmage and brought down. And that will take us to halftime. A very long first half. But at halftime, the score, Shenandoah 33 and Monroe Central 12. We'll step aside for a few moments, be back in a while with some halftime stats and numbers. Once again, halftime here at Shenandoah High School, Zeps 33, Monroe Central Seminoles 12.
I was sitting in my car and it wouldn't start. I lifted the hood and the engine was falling apart. What would I do? My eyes filled with tears. Then on the radio I heard of West 40 by Pay here, where for a little money down and a little each week, I could have a car, nice, shiny, and sleek. So I walked in the door and I put the money down. Now I got a nice car that I can drive around. West 40 by Pay here will help rebuild your credit. The corner of Dewey and Route 40 in Cambridge, don't you forget it.
West 40 Auto Sales, corner of Route 40 and Dewey Avenue in Cambridge, is home of the guaranteed credit approval, with most loans approved while you wait. Go to their website to fill out an online loan application, west40autosales.com. You'll also find their weekly special listed there.
From the Ohio News Network, this is the Ohio Education Association Tonight in High School Football. Named Best Sports Program in the Country by the National Association of State Radio Networks. Tonight in High School Football is presented by Beck's Hybrids. Now here's your host, Skip Mossick.
And hi again, everyone. Welcome to Tonight in High School Football's halftime report. This evening we'll talk some Western Ohio high school football and the powerful MAC Conference with former OSU All-American, NFL All-Pro, and the pride of St. Henry High School over in Mercer County, Jim Lachey. That's next on the Ohio News Network.
Every farmer has their reason for why they do what they do. For Beck's, it's faith, family, and farming. Since 1937, the Beck family and family of employees have been committed to honoring God and helping farmers succeed. Farming is full of extremes, and we face the challenges with hard work and steadfast determination, delivering quality line of products backed by legendary customer service. We look forward to standing by your side, supporting you as you live out the life you were meant to live. Beck's, when it comes to farming, we believe in something more.
I'm Scott Demaro, president of the Ohio Education Association, and on behalf of the OEA's 120,000 members, we're proud to bring you tonight's game. OEA members teach in Ohio's public schools and universities. We drive your kids' buses and serve them lunch. We're school nurses, custodians, librarians, and more. And we coach your kids on the field. We believe in great public schools for every student, and we believe our team is always stronger when we stand together, just as we have for 175 years.
This is Tonight in High School Football on the Ohio News Network. Once again, here's Skip Mossick.
We are presented by Beck's Hybrids. At Beck's, they are and will remain farmers at heart. And welcome back, everyone. Halftime of your game broadcast. We're joined this evening by former OSU All-American, NFL All-Pro out of St. Henry High School over in Mercer County, Jim Lachey. And Jim, we always like to talk to people from various parts of the state. Tell us about what Friday nights are like over in Western Ohio, in those small but very passionate communities about their high school football.
Well, there's nothing else to do, Skip, so they all go to the football games. A lot of the family members are involved, either cheerleaders or in the band or with some activity. Usually there's a little pickup game of young kids behind the bleachers that like to throw the ball around a little bit. And you got a group of people that'll sit up in the stands, and you got a lot of people that like to stand down on the fence. So there's two different sections. But what we found out when that MAC league started back in 1973, when I was a young guy, that we didn't know if it was going to be any good or not, but it ended up being a heck of a football conference. And Marion Local now, has the most state championships of any team. So it's a great conference. It's a great place to grow up and learn how to play the game of football.
I was going to ask you about a couple of just perennial powers. You mentioned Marion Local. Yeah. They're obviously unbeaten.
Tim Goodwin does a great job there, a fabulous job, heck of a coach. He gets the kids that come out in the community, and they want to do it. And why wouldn't you want to do it? You got an opportunity to win 4 state championships. They've seen their older brothers do it. A lot of people there are related in one aspect or another. So, you see your cousin have a couple rings, an older cousin or an uncle or a brother or something like that. And all of a sudden you want to be involved in that. And, every year he has a bunch of kids out. They work extremely hard at it. They're very fundamentally sound. And, same with Chip Otten over at Coldwater. He's done a fabulous job, too, with the same thing of, just being a good, fundamentally sound football. Don't turn the ball over, be able to run the football and stop the run and, make some plays on special teams. So they're doing well. Minster's been stepping up. Versailles over the years. There's Delphus St. John's for a lot of years has been some good football. So it's a great place to go back and watch football because it's real special.
Again this year, Jim, the expanded playoffs where 16 teams from each region get in. I mean, even teams like your alma mater who've struggled so far this year would still get in if the season ended today. Are you a fan of the extra week of playoffs?
Yeah, I understand why they're doing it, and I think we all do. It gives them an opportunity to have an extra game, get some extra kids in there after not having football for a year or two. So, it's kind of evening up. Will it go on in the future? I don't know. I think it's something that they looked at. They're trying to work with it. It's an opportunity for kids if they want to continue to play in another playoff game and have that opportunity. I know as a senior, when my last game was over, regular season, I would have sure liked to have at least one more opportunity to play with the guys and the guys that you played with basically since youth football throughout middle school and then throughout 4 years of high school. Anybody would like to have one more opportunity to play. So, it's a lot, but I think it's good for right now.
Jim, participation numbers are down in some areas of the state due to a number of reasons. As someone who played at the highest level, I mean, your boys both played, your youngest continues at Iowa. What would your message be to parents who may be uneasy a little bit about their sons playing football?
It's ultimately up to the kids, but as a parent, I think that there's certain things about football that you've seen it. I've been involved with it. Yeah, it can be dangerous, but for the most part, it's not. Those are few and far between. It happens. I've had operations and injuries from playing football until I was 33 years old. So but I knew that. I accepted the risk, and I think you go out there and young kids, it's what's tough about football is it's demanding. Practice is not fun. Especially if you're an offensive defensive lineman and you're not catching the ball, you're not even touching the ball, you're not even looking at the ball. You're just out there learning, in a 3-point stance. So for today's kids, sometimes maybe soccer or kicking a ball or something like that is a little bit more active. But I think the kids that do dedicated to it and like it, will have lifelong friends like I've had and lifelong memories and, opportunities that they've never maybe ever dreamed of if you keep working on it.
Former Buckeye OSU All-American, NFL All-Pro offensive lineman from St. Henry High School, Jim Lachey, we appreciate your time.
Anytime, Skip.
And we'll be right back on the Ohio News Network.
Bex recognizes this week's player with heart, Allison Michaels from Bellevue High School, for her commitment and passion on the field and within the farming community.
I actually started playing golf because I play softball as well, and the swing from golf to softball was very similar, so I just kind of played it so I had something to do in the fall.
Now Allison plays golf full-time. It's her only sport, but it goes well with the rest of her activities, like National Honor Society, Yearbook Committee, and FFA.
I participate in more of the LDEs, so the job interview contest, public speaking, different things that I know I can use later in my life that will be important.
All tools to serve her well as she works on, get this, her own farmland she rents.
I do all the financial work and everything, and then I also do all of the harvesting, planting, everything that's involved in it. It's strictly my operation.
At Beck's, we are and will remain farmers at heart.
This is ONN.
All right, thanks once again to Jim Lachey for joining us this evening. Enjoy the second half of your ball game. I'm Skip Mossick on the Ohio News Network.
This has been the Ohio Education Association Tonight in High School Football, presented by Beck's Hybrids from the Ohio News Network.
And here's a final check of tonight's high school football scoreboard, brought to you by the Coshocton City Tire Pros. Cambridge beats Martin.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Susan, it's so great to finally be able to get together again.
Oh, it sure is. And I really appreciate you picking up the bill.
I'm happy to. I've got the extra cash. Since we've all been driving so much more again, I've been using Upside, the free app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get paid cash when you buy gas with the Upside app?
Yes, I get real cash back just for buying the gas I was going to buy anyway.
But is it a hassle to use?
No, it's super fast and easy, and I can cash out whenever I want.
That's a total no-brainer. I'm downloading the free Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code HEAT for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's promo code HEAT. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, to PayPal, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code HEAT for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code HEAT.
Welcome back to Shenandoah High School, and tonight's halftime report is brought to you by Sue Snode State Farm Insurance. We are at halftime, Shenandoah 33 and Monroe Central 12. A lot of action early in this ball game, as on, I believe, was the second play of the game. Monroe Central's Tucker Howe stepped in front of a quick out pass and had a 35-yard interception return for a touchdown to give Monroe Central an early 6-0 lead. Shenandoah right back, Brendan Portman with a 6-yard reception, and kick failed. We were at 6-6. But Monroe Central then tallied again with Carter Knowlton, a 21-yard reception from Tucker Howe. Try for two failed, and Monroe Central led 12-6 with 6.5 minutes left in the first quarter. Since then, all Zeps, as at the end of the first quarter, Hunter Yates on a 14-yard reception. Hickman kicked the extra point, and the Zeps led 13-12 at the end of the first quarter. Yates added a 22-yard receiving TD. Hickman's kick, 20-12 Shenandoah. Then Yates threw a 39-yard flea flicker pass to the quarterback Barnett for a 39-yard touchdown. The kick failed, and it was 26-12 Shenandoah. And with 2:04 left before halftime, freshman McPeak with a 3-yard touchdown run. Hickman's kick made it 33-12 in favor of the Shenandoah Zeps here at halftime over the Monroe Central Seminoles. Also, prior to the game, Shenandoah crowned their homecoming queen. Miss Zoe Morris was the queen. She was crowned by last year's queen, Charlize Haddix. So congratulations to Miss Zoe Morris, the Shenandoah homecoming queen for 2022. Again, reminder to folks here, here listening on WBNV, and also, join us over, if you're not already doing so, on the YouTube page for YRP TV, and also on Facebook, where you can see the action here tonight. And that action so far is 33-12 Shenandoah over Monroe Central. And we'll go ahead, Mark, here. If you've got some individual numbers for us.
Okay, we'll go through the stats. First, Monroe Central, Tucker Howe. He has completed 6 passes on 14 attempts. He's had 1 touchdown. He's had 2 interceptions, and he was sacked once for 12 yards.
But before you go on,
yes,
I want to mention that interception that I erroneously credited to someone else, but it was freshman Hunter House had that interception right before halftime for the Zeps and had a good return, which was negated by a penalty, but the freshman Hunter House was the interceptor of that pass. Please continue.
Okay, thank you. Also, the touchdowns, touchdown pass was to Carter Knowlton there, and that was one of the 2 touchdowns that they scored. Also, Kenny with 4 catches, and Terry Price with 1, and then that was pretty much the passing for them. Monroe Central really hurting themselves tonight. They've been penalized for 15 and 55 yards, including a couple of 15-yarders tonight. Rushing for Monroe Central, Tucker Howell, the quarterback, he has run the ball 7 times for 52 yards, and A.J. Rudder has carried the ball 6 times for 5 yards, and Dalton Phillips 1 carry for -1 yard. Also, besides 2 interceptions, Monroe Central has a fumble that they lost. Okay, Shenandoah tonight, Braxton Barnett having another good game tonight. He has completed 7 of 8 passes tonight, including 3 touchdown passes. Brennan Porter with a touchdown, a 6-yard touchdown catch. He's got 2 others. And Hunter Yates tonight, 2 touchdown catches, 14 and 22 yards. And then Joel Radizak, he's 2 catches, 8 yards total. Barnett tonight, the quarterback, he has carried the ball 3 times for 27 yards. But Jacob Feldner having a whale of a game tonight. He has carried the ball 17 times for 149 yards. Also, Aiden McPeak has carried the ball 5 times tonight for 10 yards, including a touchdown. So, add everything up, rushing tonight, 186 yards for Shenandoah rushing, 66 passing, 252 yards from the line of scrimmage for Monroe Central. They have 76 yards rushing, 103 passing, 179 yards from the line of scrimmage for them. And Shenandoah has been penalized tonight 3 times for 40 yards. And they have the 1 turnover, and that was the interception that led off the game for the touchdown.
So a lot of activity early on there with each team scoring 2 touchdowns in the first quarter, but as the second quarter advanced here, Shenandoah kind of took control of things, especially on their offense. But, the Zeps tonight doing a lot more running the football, a lot of success, rushing the ball. As you mentioned, Jacob Felder, 149 yards for Feldner in the first half. And Monroe Central will have the ball to start the third quarter. And we are at 33-12. Shenandoah leading Monroe Central here. Just a few minutes left before the start of the third quarter. And maybe we'll go ahead and take a break here. And when we come back, maybe we'll try to update a couple of scores from around the area. But right now at halftime, it is Shenandoah 33 and Monroe Central 12. We'll be back with the third quarter.
Are you looking for a career path with a growing company? AMG Vanadium is actively recruiting for its Cambridge and Zanesville plants. Come join a company with a strong environmental purpose and commitment to community. To learn more, visit AMG's website at amg-v.com/careers. AMG offers a competitive wage and benefit package. Applications are currently being accepted.
Hi, this is Stan from Dudley Satelites, your local DISH authorized retailer. Our community is our family, and we are committed to supporting causes that matter here in Southeastern Ohio. That's why we are proud supporters in high school sports. It's just one way we are helping to make a difference right here in our own backyard. Call us at 740-581-1191 or visit 510 Cumberland Street, Caldwell to learn more about how we are supporting our community through DISH Cares.
Just like on the field, we believe in teamwork with our customers. This is Ashley Rich from the Farmers and Merchants Bank on the Square in Caldwell. With our services, you can bank from your home, the office, or even at the stadium. You can sit back and enjoy the game knowing your money is in great hands. Good luck to all the local teams this year from everyone at the Farmers and Merchants Bank, member FDIC.
Everyone's looking for an encouraging sign in today's economy. The fact is, you'll find one right here in Caldwell at State Farm Agent Sue Snode's office. Because State Farm agents like Sue have been here helping people protect the things that matter most. That's why more people trust State Farm, and we consider that a very good sign. See State Farm Agent Sue Snode at 400 East Street, Caldwell.
I was sitting in my car, and it wouldn't start. I lifted the hood, and the engine was falling apart. What would I do? My eyes filled with tears. Then on the radio I heard of West 40 by Pay here, where for a little money down and a little each week, I could have a car, nice, shiny, and sleek. So I walked in the door and I put the money down. Now I got a nice car that I can drive around. West 40 by Pay here will help rebuild your credit. The corner of Dewey and Route 40 in Cambridge. Don't you forget it.
West 40 Auto Sales, corner of Route 40 and Dewey Avenue in Cambridge, is home of the guaranteed credit approval, with most loans approved while you wait. Go to their website to fill out an online loan application, west40autosales.com. You'll also find their weekly special listed there.
High school football
From ABC Sports.
on WBNV, Barnesville, Woodsfield, 93 BNV.
Back here at Shenandoah High School, I'm Jeff Stevens along with Mark Brown, Christian Mills on our camera for our YouTube and Facebook broadcast, along with our director Brett Klein. And at halftime here, we're just a couple of minutes left on the clock. Team's not yet back out in the field. 33-12 Shenandoah leading Monroe Central at the half. Seminoles will have the ball to start the third quarter.
Just a couple other, we don't have too many scores here. Our reception internet here is pretty much non-existent, but did get a text here from Wesley Lewis and Barnesville. At halftime, Barnesville over Toronto, 35-0. Cambridge over Union Local, 21-19 at halftime. And a shocker here right now, Lindsley over Steubenville, 14-13. And Lindsley 2 weeks ago beat St. Clairsville. Last week beat undefeated Fort Fry. So they've been playing well. And right now I just got an update with 8 minutes to go in the third quarter. It is now Barnesville 42-0 over Toronto.
Also, Caldwell leading 35-0 early in the second half over Buckeye Local. Had the score there.
And last we heard it was River over Shayside 14-0, but that was quite a while ago, so I'm sure that score has changed also.
You say you don't get you have trouble getting them there. My friend next door there, Greg Ogden, had score stream on his phone.
Okay, so mine, I just can't get mine to come up here. It must be different phone service.
But
yeah, we'll take all we can get.
So that's and again that Caldwell, that score doesn't surprise me. Caldwell, the one time I saw them this year, and in the Division 7, Region 23, the potential for I would love to see a Caldwell River match up in the playoffs at some point in time. That would be worth going to.
Now they don't play this year, correct?
They do not play during the season.
Now starting next year they will, because Caldwell is into that MOVL.
One would think so.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how soon the teams will be able to get their schedules together, on that to start competing. But you would think that they would play, but. And I'm not sure that the whole thing with the MOVL right now, teams have contracts.
Yes.
And especially in the fall winter sports. Might also mention I'm a big backer of the other sports, and as Shenandoah fans may know, and any Monroe Central volleyball people out there might want to turn their radio off for a few seconds. But Shenandoah, a dominant performance last night at Monroe Central in volleyball. The Zeps have only lost one game in volleyball this year, and that was the undefeated Union Local. So a really good team, the Shenandoah Zeps of volleyball. I enjoy watching volleyball. I don't know a lot about the sport, but I know enough about it to enjoy good teams when I see one. But Shenandoah Zeps, the Lady Zeps, definitely a very good team.
Yeah, I know they beat Barnesville earlier this week also.
But and I know, and we've got some weather coming tomorrow, Mark, and you may be out in it.
Yes. Both Shenandoah and Barnesville will be at the Cambridge Invitational in cross country tomorrow, and they are talking some bad weather tomorrow, so we'll see how that goes. And earlier this week, the MOVL championship was held in cross country, and Barnesville won the boys and girls, Shenandoah second. So congratulations to those teams. Monroe Central, of course, not fielding cross country.
But Monroe Central's golf team, for the first time in years qualified for the district tournament. Their leading golfer, Xander Potts, a junior, shoots very well, but they qualified as a team this year for the district tournament, first time in quite a few years.
And for Barnesville, Brianna Flood, a senior, she qualified as an individual in the Division II girls. So she's moving on. And not aware of anybody if Shenandoah had anybody move on. I did not see if they did.
Not sure, on that. Shenandoah back on the field here now as the clock is running down. They'll put 3 minutes on for warm-up. Monroe Central across the way at Shenandoah Elementary School coming out of the building. And now that the lights are down, kind of dark for the visiting team to come across.
Yeah. Hope they find that bridge.
You come across the footbridge there. But it's probably more light than what it realizes for us there. But they'll put some time on the clock here for a warm-up, which teams really don't take advantage of anyway. And as I said, Shenandoah won the opening toss and elected to receive, so they will kick off to Monroe Central to start the third quarter. And we are 33-12 Shenandoah. Monroe Central has moved the ball decently, a couple times here, but a sack, one possession, a holding penalty, another possession has really slowed them down. And Shenandoah offensively, as you said there at halftime, I think we're 250 yards or more of offense. And we knew Shenandoah had a very good offense. They've scored a lot of points, this year. They're over 33 points a game, but they do give up 24 points a game. And Monroe Central defensively, though, struggled stopping people most of the year here and have given up over 45 points a game.
We also want to mention here on WBNV 93.5 FM, we'll have both of these teams the next couple weeks. Next week, Barnesville at Monroe Central. That'll be here on WBNV. Then the following week, Shenandoah at Barnesville. So we'll have that one here on the radio. And then we'll finish up the regular season 3 weeks from tonight with Barnesville and Union Local.
I also want to mention one more time here that tonight's halftime report has been brought to you by Snode State Farm Insurance. And thank you to all the sponsors. And if you're on our Facebook page or on YouTube, you see some of the sponsors on the screen there. But, our pregame tonight sponsored by Gillespie Drugs and Braden Medical Services. All of our kickoffs by patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company. All first downs by Caldwell Lumber. Snode State Farm Insurance, our halftime report. A play of the game by Dudley Satelites. Drive of the game by Farmers Merchant Bank. And our whole postgame report coming up later will be by Fresh Start Floor Coverings, along with a Shenandoah player of the game sponsored by Plus One Pizza. And thank you to all those sponsors and others. So now, I guess that was the warm-up clock down, so we're ready for the kickoff here to start the third quarter. It's a squib kick over to the side, and we'll go out of bounds at about the 30-yard line. Not exactly what Coach Lowry and the Zeps had in mind. Now the Monroe Central can put the ball in play at the 35-yard line or re-kick it, and most teams will go to the 35-yard line and put the ball in play. And that's what Monroe Central will do. Just underway, period number 3, 33-12 Zeps. It'd be good here for Monroe Central to get a drive together here and get some points on the board, because if you're the team behind, you want to stay away from that running clock. And obviously Shenandoah, would like to get a couple of quick touchdowns here and put the game into that mode. So they put the ball on the right hash. That's where the ball went out of bounds to the right. And Tucker Howe, a solid first half, running and passing. He's the quarterback. Running back beside him is Rudder. And this is Rudder gets the handoff across the 40, breaks the tackle, hit hard about the 41-yard line. Brendan Portman. That's number 9. Some of these Shenandoah numbers, very hard to read. I think it was maybe Miley.
Yeah, it was Miley made that tackle.
Number 3. But these numbers are a little bit hard to read, a little different style. That and some of us old guys don't have real good eyes. So the pickup there of about 6 yards. 7 yards. Howe keeps trying to get to the outside. Trying to get outside. And it breaks it up, turns up nicely there, and he's going to have a first down. That will be a Caldwell Lumber first down out to the 46-yard line. And we get a whistle stopping clock. That's just to move the chains, I think. Hunter Yates makes the tackle for the Zeps on the far side. we've seen Howe put the ball under on both on scrambles and on called runs and some positive yardage. He's, over 50 yards? Howe?
Yes, got 57 now. And he's carried the ball 8 times.
So now at the 46-yard line, Seminoles still in their own territory. With some movement up front there, and one of the defensive linemen for the Zeps.
Devin Wisen just a little bit anxious there.
That 5-yard step off now is going to move the ball into Shenandoah territory at the 49-yard line. Combination of being a little over anxious and maybe the quarterback changing his count and how that hard count a little bit will get players to move. But 5-yard penalty on the Zeps makes it 1st and 5 now at the Shenandoah 49-yard line. Rudder goes in motion. We throw to the right over here, quick out to Knowlton. Sidesteps one man, but he's going to be brought down for a loss on the play. One of the tacklers there is Tristan Rossiter along with Radizak. Loss of a couple of yards. Good job covering there. What Monroe Central tries to do a lot is get the ball to their athletes out in the open field on the quick passes and let them try to break tackles. And tonight they've not been able to do that very often. Price, Powell, and Knowlton go wide left. Rudder goes in motion toward the near sideline. Howell steps up, throws deep downfield. Just overthrown.
He had a man open out there. He just overthrew him by about a step. Trying to see who that is.
That is Logan Powell, I believe.
Okay.
Was the intended receiver. As you say, I believe he had a step, just not able to make connection. We've seen Howell show pretty strong arm. Once earlier in the game, there, long pass downfield, 50 yards in the air. So now it's 3rd down and 7, ball just about midfield. Howell once again drops the throw, going across the middle for Kenny, and it's going to be incomplete. Had his hands on it, also the defensive back.
That was Tristan Rossiter that broke that up.
And that will be an incomplete pass, which will bring up 4th down, and that will put Monroe Central back in punt formation. And one other time Monroe Central was in punt formation here in the first half was disaster for them because the punt was fumbled around, and they finally called an incomplete pass on a bad snap. That's a high kick, not real deep. It's going to hit the ground and roll inside the 25-yard line and be down at about the 22-yard line. And Tyler Whitaker will down the ball at that point, and that's where Shenandoah will start their first possession of quarter number 3. 9:19 left, 3rd quarter, 33-12 Zeps. We'll see how Coach Lowry plays it. A lot of yardage in the first half here running the ball with Jacob Feldner, 149 yards.
I'd be curious. Kind of doubt they'll run him that much with this lead.
But at the same time, you really maybe expect them to run the ball more than throw it. But yet, as we've said many times, you or I are neither one are offensive coordinators. Here comes Feldner around to the left. Running room 30, 35, 40. Be driven out of bounds, and he will have a Caldwell Lumber 1st down. Not Tyler Knowlton. That's his relative. Carter Knowlton.
17. That'll be a 17-yard gain. And he's getting closing in now on 200 yards for the night is Feldner.
Out to the 41-yard line for that 1st down. And Feldner now will go to the right. Breaks through a tackle at 45, 50. He's going to have another Caldwell Lumber 1st down just across midfield. Pickup of about...
Be just a little over 10. So he already has 27 yards in this for 2 carries already here in the 3rd quarter.
And this has to be one of Feldner's better running games of the year. He's
Look at this hole.
This is going to be McPeak, the backup.
Well, he had a huge hole there.
He's going to be out to the 45, about the 44-yard line, pickup of about 4 yards. Now we've seen the freshmen step in there different times. There, Aiden McPeak, 5'7", 166, and give Feldner a break, and he has shown some very positive yards. Fake to McPeak, and Barnett will keep and run. He's going to have a short gain and be tackled and pulled down. Somebody had a hold of his jersey there, and they'll put him down about the 41-yard line, pickup of about 2. That will be 3rd down and about 3. Barnett hands off. That's Feldner, and he's going to have another 1st down. A Caldwell Lumber 1st down, pickup of about 5.
Right again, right back up to the line. No huddle for Shenandoah tonight.
And Barnett now quick out, and ball's complete on the far sideline, and out of bounds. You've got the glasses.
Yeah. Let me check here. I want to make sure I get this right. Yeah, that was Hunter Yates. Yes.
Hunter Yates, pickup of about 7 yards. Ball at the 28-yard line. This is Feldner, left side. 25 inside the 20. He'll have another 1st down. A Caldwell Lumber 1st down at the 19-yard line.
A 9-yard gain.
Well, basically, Mark, since the early turnover that Shenandoah had, they've been able to do whatever they've wanted offensively.
180 yards rushing now.
Yeah, well, add some more onto that, across the 15 to about the 12. Pickup of about 7.
See where they put it down. Yeah, 7 yards. So he's just 13 yards now short of 200 for the night, and unofficially.
That's about where they are on the 13-yard line. And there's McPeak. Now the backup is in, and he's inside the 10 to about the 9. And they say Caldwell Lumber 1st down. Pickup of about 4.
Yes.
Inside 7 minutes, 33-12. Shenandoah, Zeps knocking on the door one more time.
Down Phelps with the tackle.
This is McPeak. It's inside the 5, and he's in the end zone. Touchdown. Aiden McPeak with his 2nd touchdown of the night.
That'll be an 8-yard run for the touchdown.
And that runs it to 39-12.
And again, he wasn't even touched there. Zigzagged his way through. Nice hole. The offensive line tonight for Shenandoah really having their way and opening these big holes, giving these guys a chance to get so many yards.
Extra point placement. Upcoming. Snaps down, kicks away, and is good. Shenandoah kicker, Aaron Bragg Hickman, knocks it right through there. That's his 4th successful kick of the night. So 6 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in period number 3. It is now Shenandoah 40 and Monroe Central 12. Back in.
This year, the Southeastern Med Cancer Services team is celebrating 30 years of being accredited by the National Commission on Cancer. Earning this accreditation and maintaining it for 3 decades is a testament to their team's quality outcomes, dedication, commitment, and care for their patients and community. Learn more by visiting seormc.org today.
Back here at Shenandoah High School, I'm Jeff Stevens, Mark Brown, Christian Mills, Brett Klein, bringing you video of this game on Facebook and YouTube, along with WBNV. We're now 40-12 in favor of the Zeps. 6:45 left, 3rd quarter, and it is now time for another Patrons Buckeye Mutual kickoff. Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company on Main Street in Cumberland, covering the insurance needs of Ohioans for 122 years. That's the 2nd touchdown of the night for the freshman McPeak, who's done a pretty nice job in spelling Jacob Feldner, as Feldner's closing in on 200 yards.
Yeah. An update at the end of the third quarter. It's Barnesville 42-0 over Toronto.
Miley's kickoff's going to hit. Price will pick it up back about his own 18-yard line, tries to get to the left. Has some running room now across the 40.
It's not going to count.
And it's going to come back.
Yep.
He's going to be all the way down to inside the other 40 to about the 35-yard line, but yet another Monroe Central penalty.
This was a block to the back.
And they say it's a holding call.
Okay.
It makes you think maybe that holding call is what made it so easy for him to get around the corner. Monroe Central fans would probably disagree with that, but the official was right there, and he puts the flag down, and that's going to take it all the way back to the 19-yard line.
Well, I saw the player there really just fly down. I think in that hold he may have just literally grabbed him and thrown him down. But that is now 70 yards in penalties tonight for Monroe Central.
When you struggle stopping teams defensively, you just cannot afford to get yourself knocked back offensively with penalty yardage.
Yep.
And there's been a couple of those penalties that have cost them big offensive gains. And right there is one that cost them a nice kickoff return. Now putting it in play at their own 19-yard line. Howe wants to throw. Pumps to the outside. Still has the ball, looking for a receiver. Tries to get the ball outside, and it's incomplete. Was overthrown if he was throwing it to Terry Price. It was underthrown if he was throwing it to Logan Powell.
Yeah, he threw it right in between the two of them there. So,
but the bottom line is,
yes,
the initial play was broken up because of a lack of pass protection. And we've seen Tucker Howe throw some nice balls tonight, but we've also seen him running for his life various times.
He's got a nice touch on the ball. He lays it out there nice, not too hard. Can throw it long, and it's got a tight spiral.
He just does not have that opportunity to do nearly as much as what the Seminoles need.
He's just running for his life most of the time.
They'll give the ball to the running back Rudder, short gain, maybe a yard to the 20. We've now just over 6 minutes left in the third quarter, 40-12 Shenandoah.
Rudder now 32 yards on 8 carries.
And A.J. Rudder runs hard, freshman, just 5'6", 155.
Although Howell is the leading rusher, the quarterback for the Seminoles.
Now on 3rd down and 9 from their own 20. Howell takes the snap, drops back, pump fake. Now he wants to run and nowhere to go. He's going to be dropped. He's going to be sacked for a loss of 3 or 4 yards, and that's going to bring up a punting situation. Putting back at about the 17, 18-yard line.
Second time he's been sacked tonight. First time was for 12 yards. So Shenandoah is going to get very good field position here if they can handle the punt cleanly.
Travis Berry on to kick. Second punt of the quarter. 4th and 11. Good snap. Kicks away. It's a high kick, but it's not very deep. It's going to hit.
Go out of bounds.
Prior to the 40, it's going to go out of bounds. We'll see where they mark it. That's going to be probably down near the 30-yard line, I would say. No, they say back at the 30.
It's going to be
as they say, at the 37-yard line. Never did know exactly how they lined that up. It looked to me like it probably would have had to go out of bounds a little sooner than that, but they're right there.
One official stands where it hits, and the other one, he walks until he can see where he crossed it there. Saw that 2 or 3 times last week. Went over to the Ohio State game, and they had several punts go out of bounds last week. Not Ohio State, Wisconsin.
Yeah, because Ohio State never punts.
No. They get these great punters from Australia, and then they can never get in the game.
The best job in college football, Ohio State's punter. 1st and 10, Zeps from the 37-yard line. Jacob Feldner back in the game. And one of the few times tonight he's going to be stopped shy of the line of scrimmage. Travis Berry.
He's going to lose about 3 on that one.
Yeah, Travis Berry was was right there. Put him back for a couple-yard loss. And that may be about the first negative play that Jacob Felder has had.
That's the 23rd time now he's carried the ball tonight.
And the first time he's carried the ball for negative yardage. That shows you what kind of night that Jacob Feldner has had. So it's 2nd and 12.
About 15 yards away now from 200 yards.
We're inside 4.5 minutes left now in the third quarter. This is Feldner. He gets some positive yards this time to about the 35, pickup of about 4. Yes. And that will bring up a third down. We don't have the breakdown here, but I tell you, Shenandoah has not looked at a lot of third and long situations tonight. Barnett rolling to his left. He's now going to tuck it under. He's going to run. He gives back to the right side. He's got running room across the 30, 25, 20, and be forced out of bounds, but not before he has another Caldwell Lumber first down. And as you add that up there, we'll put him down about the 19.
Be about 16 yards.
16 yards.
Knowlton with the tackle knocked him out of bounds.
But he rolled to the left and then went back to the right, and there was a lot of running room over to the right side. This time there are 3 receivers wide right. Ball at the 19-yard line. Snap was a little low, and Feldner kind of picks his way forward and picks up about 3 yards. Dalton Phillips, one of the tacklers there for the Seminoles. I'd be willing to bet that Jacob Feldner has not carried the ball 20-plus times anytime this year.
No, that was his 25th carry right there. He's still in the game.
Snap back to Barnett, and there's another carry by Feldner, and he's going to be hitting the backfield and dropped for a loss once again.
You wonder if there at that low snap, he had to pick it up off the ground. If that didn't throw the timing off a little bit, he had to wait for
Clint Rader in on the tackle.
That'll be -3 on that. That'll bring it now to a 3rd and about 11. But deep in Shenandoah territory, right on the 20.
Gives the Zeps out, line up, and then make you think that they're going to snap the ball and then look to the sideline for a play call. Fake to Feldner. Barnett's going to try to run. He's going to break tackles, get to the just shy of the 15-yard line. Pick up of maybe a couple or 3. And that will bring up a 4th down.
Bring up about a 4th and 7. Getting the ball right on the Monroe Central, just about the 16-yard line.
Change in formation there for the Zeps now as they bring 3 receivers to the left. We're inside 2 minutes left in the third quarter. 40-12, Zeps. Barnett gives it to Feldner. Trying to bounce the outside, and he's not going to get much. He gets back to about the line of scrimmage, and that's all, and the Zeps will turn it over on downs.
And that was, again, have to look here. That's good defense there by Travis Berry, the 6'2", 180-pound senior.
A couple negative plays there by Feldner here on that possession. With as many times as he's carried, maybe he's getting tired. So Monroe Central will take over now at their own 16-yard line. They've snapped the ball from deep in their own territory several times here tonight. 1:48 left, third quarter. 40-12, Zeps. Swing pass out here for Rudder. Is in the backfield, gets up to about the
fumble.
Last line of scrimmage and fumbles the ball, and
Shenandoah with it.
Shenandoah has it. And I think that might be Portman.
Well, Joel Radizak's the one that made the tackle and brought his arm around, punched it out, and put the ball on the ground.
So it will be Shenandoah's ball, so they'll put the ball in play just right where they were before, at about the 15-yard line.
And I was watching the play there by Radizak. Didn't catch who caught that pass.
Rudder caught the pass.
Rudder, okay.
Yes, yeah, Rudder caught the pass. And then, say the ball was knocked away and recovered by the Zeps now at the 15-yard line, which is where they were when they turned it over on downs a moment ago. So this puts them a chance now to try to get one in the end zone, which would put us into the running clock situation. Low snap once again. Barnett gives to Feldner. He's inside the 5 to about the 3. Pick up about 12 yards.
Yes.
And that Caldwell number first down. Zeps right back to the line of scrimmage. Feldner once again, touchdown.
That was about a 4-yard touchdown carry.
That was pretty easy.
Yes.
2 plays, 15 yards. And with all the big yardage that Feldner has tonight, that's his first touchdown. So Hickman once again to try the extra point. I say he's been successful 4 times thus far tonight. And this kick is a line drive, no good.
That might have been tipped, I'm not sure, but a lot of pressure in there. Even though he's hit some, he's been under pressure. I'll tell you, Monroe Central doing a pretty good job of really getting in there when he kicks it. But regardless now, with 1:26 to go in the third quarter, it's 46-12 in favor of Shenandoah.
And when we come back for the kickoff, we will be in the running clock. So we'll be back with that in just a moment.
Now located at 16050 McConnellsville Road in Caldwell, Ohio. Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company is a mutual insurance company established in 1896 for the purpose of providing insurance coverage to rural Ohio. They offer a product to meet your insurance need, whether it is for a farm, rental dwelling, home in town, secondary or seasonal dwelling, churches, or mobile home. They partner with Grinnell Mutual Insurance Company to offer liability coverage to package with their patrons Buckeye Mutual policy. Call today at 638-3604 and follow them on Facebook at Patrons Buckeye.
And it's time once again for another Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company kickoff, located on Main Street in Cumberland, covering the insurance needs of Ohioans for 122 years. Those last 2 carries by Jacob Feldner now puts him at 202 yards.
Unofficially, yep.
For the game. Squib kick picked up at about the 26-yard line there by Terry Price, and not too much yardage there for him as he's hit at the 30 and driven backwards. And Monroe Central.
Forward progress will get him to about the 27-yard line, where they will start the Seminoles, 1st and 10.
And that running clock. Now you may get like 1 play here, unless it's a pass play. And we get another blocking foul.
Wow.
A block below the waist. How many of those have we seen tonight?
That's at least 3. Plus, we saw a chop block there earlier, too, by Monroe Central.
Exactly. So that's going to take the ball back. And, of course, while this stepping off of the penalty is going on, the clock, continues to run.
85 yards now in penalties, and that's the 4th 15-yarder.
And Monroe Central probably has more yards in penalties this half than what they have yardage gained. So now the running clock at 25 seconds and moving. Monroe Central coming to the line of scrimmage. They will have to run a play here before the end of the quarter. And the handoff to Phillips, I believe, who may have gotten a yard or 2. And that is the end of the third quarter of play. At the end of 3 quarters, Shenandoah 46, Monroe Central 12, 4th quarter next.
Promises. You've heard them all. Peace of mind, quality insurance products, superior claim service, all at a fair and competitive price. Since 1848, Westfield Insurance has promised to provide excellent insurance coverage for your home, auto, and business. Sharing knowledge, building trust. That is Westfield Insurance's pledge to their customers. For a quote on protecting your home, auto, and business, call W.B. Green Insurance today. W.B. Green, professional insurance.
I'm not buying till I check Doan Ford.
Most of us are faced with uncertainty every day. Your job, your finances, sporting events, schooling for your children, and so much more. With so much uncertainty surrounding you, there's one auto dealership that you can be certain about, and that's Doan Ford. You can be certain that you'll always get a great deal and the best service afterwards. In business for nearly 60 years has given Doan Ford the reputation of being a strong, reliable dealership. Be certain. Choose Doan Ford. Online at DoanFord.com.
4th quarter about to get underway here at Shenandoah High School. I'm Jeff Stevens, along with Mark Brown, cameraman Christian Mills, on our Facebook and YouTube broadcasts, along with director Brett Klein.
Christian's jamming out here a little bit, dancing to the Metallica. The Sandman.
And Shenandoah back on the field. Monroe Central still huddled with Coach Ishii over on the far sideline now. And the officials waiting to start the clock, for them to get on the field there. And the clock now starts as we are in a running clock situation here now for the time being. Now if Monroe Central would score here, that would change things. But, they're at their own 20-yard line here to start with. Now second down and about 9. Handoff to Phillips. He's across the 25 to about the 27, maybe the 28-yard line. Just short of the first down.
That's going to be a gain of 9 for Phillips. That's his third carry of the game, 10 yards total.
That's third down and 1. It looks to me like Shenandoah defensively now has started to run
there are some
new players.
Some very small bodies out there right
on
now.
the field. On that, and some numbers there that we've not seen earlier. So that's a nice job by Coach Lowry getting some other players on the field. Howe hands off to Phillips again, I think.
Yeah, it was Phillips. That'll be a first down. He'll pick up about 3 yards on that. And the tackle there was by Quentin Gadd.
That's a Caldwell Lumber first down. They put him just shy of the 30-yard line. And they do say that is a first down. I wasn't sure if he got quite enough for a first down or not. Clock moving now, 10.5 minutes left in the game. Howe in that shotgun as he's been all night. Fakes to Phillips. There's a quick out, which is complete to the outside. Running room across the 35 to about the 37-yard line. And we'll see who that... Maybe Terry Price.
Number 25, I believe.
And that's Logan Powell then, if it's 25. But they put him down at the 37-yard line. Second down and about 3. I like our view here from the press box at Shenandoah, but we are a good distance away. It's a handoff to Rudder to the 40, and he'll be tackled in the open field. Number 31 on that tackle there.
Yeah, it's a nice tackle. Hunter Rossiter, a freshman, making that open field tackle.
We've seen several freshmen tonight there.
Yeah.
But that is to the 42-yard line. That will be a Caldwell Lumber first down, though, for the Seminoles.
And that was Rudder.
Yes. Pick up of about 5 yards?
Yeah, I got 6.
6, okay. But just at the 42-yard line.
Down to under 9 minutes now in the game. Shenandoah up 46-12 over Monroe Central.
Handoff to Rudder across the right side. Short gain across near the 45-yard line. And that tackle there by Corbin Varhola, another freshman. Pickup of about 3 or 4 yards. Seems like we've mentioned that several Shenandoah Zeps are freshmen here tonight.
Now with the reserves in there,
yes.
I'm sure there's a lot of them. But you're right, we have. Of course,
the Zeps are going to move to 6-1 on the year with a killer schedule the last 3 weeks as they play River, Barnesville, and Caldwell. Combined record of those teams is 17-1 entering tonight. Rudder gets the handoff. He's across the 50, just short of the first down. That's about 5-6 yard pickup, I think, for Rudder.
Yeah, very close to a first down. So that'll be 6.
Third down and a yard. And Rudder is starting to rack up some nice yardage here.
Yeah, he's carried the ball tonight 11 times. He's got 47 yards.
Again, the quarterback, Howe, he pitches it to Rudder, this time to the right. Gets out across the 50 to about the 45 6-yard line, pickup of 4, and another Caldwell Lumber first down for Monroe Central. You know that the Seminoles obviously would like to get the ball to the end zone before the end of the game. Here, just, good work for their offense. Next week, the Shenandoah Zeps travel to River to play the River Pilots, while Monroe Central will be at home against the undefeated Barnesville Shamrocks, as Barnesville was ahead by a bunch earlier tonight, and they'll be 7-0 as they come to Monroe Central, and we'll have that game for you on WBNV radio. Howell, swing pass. That's Phillips who gets across the 40. He's going to be driven out of bounds near the 35-yard line in a collision, and depending on where they mark him out of bounds, that's going to be another Caldwell Lumber first down. That's going to be a pickup of about 13 yards.
And that was
Phillips on the catch.
That, yeah.
That might be his first reception of the night.
So I was looking here. Yes, it is.
So first down, Monroe Central now at the 33-yard line as they try to drive the ball down the field against this second Shenandoah unit here. Phillips gets the carry, and not much there. He gets a yard or two before he's brought down. That's big number 72 on the tackle there. That is Axel Sailing, a junior, 333 pounds worth, making that tackle, pick up, no gain. Again, the Zeps continue to sub some people, and then one defensive end there is Quentin Gadd, who we called on a tackle a few moments ago. Monroe Central have a little trouble with their alignment there. Now they get everybody set. Howell with the quick swing pass out there to...
It's going to be a new player, I believe. That looked like number 40. Well, let me catch it.
That is Lucas Stiver.
Yep, number 40, okay.
And so Stiver gets down to about the 31-yard line, pickup of a couple of yards. And we have a penalty on that play, though, on Shenandoah. And a personal foul call on the tackle, and that's going to move the ball downfield and give Monroe Central another Caldwell Lumber first down as they put the ball at the 17-yard line. This is probably the most plays in a possession Monroe Central has had all game. They have a mixture of some backups and a few positions also, but Shenandoah with, mostly if not all backups in now on the defense. 4 minutes on the running clock. That's Stiver on the carry to the 15-yard line, maybe the 14-yard line. Freshman Lucas Stiver, 5'6", 165 for the Seminoles. And put him down after about a 3-yard pickup at the 14-yard line. And because of that running clock, we're down to 3:35 left in the game, 46-12 Shenandoah. If the Seminoles score here, that means our last couple of minutes of the game will be back under regular clock operating. But we'll see what happens here. And different quarterback in now. He throws the pass out to Buzzard. He got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain. I think that might have been Powell may have taken that snap at the quarterback position. As the Seminoles have gotten some of the rest of their first liners out of the game. And again, you don't want Tucker Howell to get hurt, here in this situation of the game. So taking the snaps now as a sophomore.
I could be wrong here. You would know this, Jeff. Does Monroe have a reserve team?
No, they do not.
Okay, so this is a chance for these young guys to play a little bit.
And Logan Powell is taking the snaps at quarterback, gives the ball to Lucas Stiver. He has some running room down to about the 10-yard line.
We're just short of the first down.
And that will be a fourth down play coming up now. They put him down at the 10, gain of about 4 yards or something in that neighborhood. 4th down and 3 now for the Seminoles with 2 minutes and 10 seconds left on the moving clock. And Logan Powell is now the quarterback. Lucas Stiver is next to him. And Powell will fake and keep. Gets inside to about the 10, to about the 7. He's going to be very close to the first down. We'll see.
One official here, I think, is going to, the way he's got it marked, it will not be a first down.
They say no. Nope. It is not. Okay. He is just short. So he'll be down at about the 7 or 8 yard line. And Shenandoah will take over with, the clock, of course, continues to move even on the change of possession. Now, so by the time this one's ready for play, we'll be down to about a minute left in there. So maybe a couple plays by the Zeps, and this one will be in the books as a 46-12 win for the Zeps. As I said, Shenandoah travels to River next week to play the once-beaten River Pilots. Monroe Central home to play the unbeaten Barnesville Shamrocks. Both teams now kind of huddling at the side. There's no timeout. The clock continues to run. I almost think that you should stop the clock on a change of possession until both teams are ready.
Yep.
And I think maybe you're supposed to, but the officials are not.
And the coaches aren't pushing it, so.
I'll have to check that with my officiating guru here next week.
The Shark.
So we'll get probably one play here by the Zeps taking the snap, different quarterback. He'll hand the ball off to number 23, running the ball. That is Tate DeVald. Taking the snap was Ethan Cutlip, and that will be probably our last play of the game, even though the Zeps are right back to the line of scrimmage. The young kids, they want to get another play in.
And they will. There's still 16 seconds to go, I would think.
They look to the sideline, and I think maybe the coaching staff has given them the signal that, nope, there will not be a play sent in. And that's going to be it as the clock runs down. And Monroe Central had a 12-6 lead early in this ball game, but then it was all Shenandoah since then as they ran off 40 consecutive points. And the Zeps have moved to 6-1 on the year. And Monroe Central will fall to 1-6. Your final score, Shenandoah 46 and Monroe Central 12. As the teams shake hands, we'll tally a few stats together and get some other things we need to take care of, a play of the game, a drive of the game, and a Shenandoah player of the game. All that's ahead on our post-game show, coming up. Once again, final score, Shenandoah 46 and Monroe Central 12. Back in a moment.
Are you looking for a career path with a growing company? AMG Vanadium is actively recruiting for its Cambridge and Zanesville plants. Come join a company with a strong environmental purpose and commitment to community. To learn more, visit AMG's website at amg-v.com/careers. AMG offers a competitive wage and benefit package. Applications are currently being accepted.
Hi, this is Stan from Dudley Satelites, your local dish authorized retailer. Our community is our family, and we are committed to supporting causes that matter here in Southeastern Ohio. That's why we are proud supporters in high school sports. It's just one way we are helping to make a difference right here in our own backyard. Call us at 740-581-1191 or visit 510 Cumberland Street, Caldwell to learn more about how we are supporting our community through Dish Cares.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Susan, it's so great to finally be able to get together again.
Oh, it sure is. And I really appreciate you picking up the bill.
I'm happy to. I've got the extra cash. Since we've all been driving so much more again, I've been using Upside, the free app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get paid cash when you buy gas with the Upside app?
Yes. I get real cash back just for buying the gas I was going to buy anyway.
But is it a hassle to use?
No. It's super fast and easy, and I can cash out whenever I want.
That's a total no-brainer. I'm downloading the free Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code HEAT for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's promo code HEAT. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, to PayPal, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code HEAT for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code HEAT.
Just like on the field, we believe in teamwork with our customers. This is Ashley Rich from the Farmers and Merchants Bank on the Square in Caldwell. With our services, you can bank from your home, the office, or even at the stadium. You can sit back and enjoy the game knowing your money is in great hands. Good luck to all the local teams this year from everyone at the Farmers and Merchants Bank, member FDIC.
They were there for us, and this Veterans Day we're giving back. This is Russ Abels from Abels Heating, Cooling, and Electric. We've partnered with Amana to give new furnaces to 2 local heroes in need. Whether they're active duty, a veteran, or a surviving spouse, if you know someone who could use help staying warm this winter, tell us. See the details and make your nomination by October 21st at heatforourheroes.com and help Abels serve those who served us.
Everyone's looking for an encouraging sign in today's economy. The fact is, you'll find one right here in Caldwell at State Farm Agent Sue Snode's office. Because State Farm agents like Sue have been here helping people protect the things that matter most. That's why more people trust State Farm, and we consider that a very good sign. See State Farm Agent Sue Snode at 400 East Street, Caldwell.
I was sitting in my car, and it wouldn't start. I lifted the hood, and the engine was falling apart. What would I do? My eyes filled with tears. Then on the radio I heard of West 40 by Pay here, where for a little money down and a little each week, I could have a car, nice, shiny, and sleek. So I walked in the door and I put the money down. Now I got a nice car that I can drive around. West 40 by Pay here will help rebuild your credit. The corner of Dewey and Route 40 in Cambridge, don't you forget it.
West 40 Auto Sales, corner of Route 40 and Dewey Avenue in Cambridge, is home of the guaranteed credit approval, with most loans approved while you wait. Go to their website to fill out an online loan application, west40autosales.com. You'll also find their weekly special listed there.
Now located at 16050 McConnellsville Road in Caldwell, Ohio. Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company is a mutual insurance company established in 1896 for the purpose of providing insurance coverage to rural Ohio. They offer a product to meet your insurance need, whether it is for a farm, rental dwelling, home in town, secondary or seasonal dwelling, churches, or mobile home. They partner with Grinnell Mutual Insurance Company to offer liability coverage to package with their patrons Buckeye Mutual policy. Call today at 638-3604 and follow them on Facebook at Patrons Buckeye.
High school football
From ABC Sports.
on WBNV, Barnesville, Woodsfield, 93 BNV.
Back here at Shenandoah High School. Tonight's postgame report brought to you by Fresh Start Floor Covering on the Square in Caldwell. They have over 30 years experience. They lay it right so you can walk on it for years. Shenandoah trailed in this game 12-6 early, but end up winning 46-12. And a very impressive performance by the Zeps as they move to 6-1 on the year. So our play of the game tonight brought to you by Dudley Satelites and my friend Stan Randolph there in Caldwell. So tonight's Dudley Satelites play of the game would be, with about 8.5 minutes left in the second quarter, a little flea flicker there as Hunter Yates threw a 39-yard touchdown pass, a ball that was tipped and then hauled in by the quarterback, Braxton Barnett, for the touchdown. So Barnett's 39-yard TD reception from Yates, that made the score 26-12, Shenandoah, with 8:27 left in the second quarter. That is our play of the game, brought to you by Dudley Satelites. For our drive of the game, the Farmers Merchants Bank drive of the game that helped seal the win for the Zeps. We'll go with their opening score of the third quarter, leading 33-12 at the halftime. The defense made a stop, and then the Zeps proceeded to go 9 plays and 77 yards for the touchdown. Aiden McPeak, the freshman, with his second touchdown of the game on an 8-yard run. And that increased the score to Shenandoah 40-12. And that will be our Farmers Merchants Bank drive of the game, helping seal the win for the Zeps. Again, you're listening to tonight's post-game report being brought to you by Fresh Start Floor Covering on the Square in Caldwell. They have over 30 years experience.
They lay it right so you can walk on it for years. I also want to thank all of our sponsors there tonight that's been with us: Farmers and Merchants Bank, Doan Ford, Snode State Farm, patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company, Dudley Satelites, WB Green Insurance, Southeastern Med, West 40 Auto Sales, AMG Vanadium, Fresh Start Floor Covering. Thank you to all those people tonight. Before we do player of the game, Mark, why don't you go ahead and give us some individuals?
Okay, we'll go through the stats here real quickly. Tonight for Monroe Central, Tucker Howell, the quarterback, threw the ball 20 times. He completed 11 of those. Also, Yates threw 1. That was to the quarterback, Powell, the young quarterback there at the end, threw 1 for 1 completion. So tonight, Monroe Central was 12 of 22 tonight, passing the ball for a total of 186 yards. Rushing the ball tonight, Howell, the quarterback again, 57 yards rushing. He was the leading rusher tonight, and that was on 8 carries. A.J. Rudder, 51 yards on 12 carries. Dalton Phillips carried the ball 5 times for 12 yards, and Sieber carried the ball 3 times for 11 yards. So tonight, rushing, 131 yards, 86 passing, 217 yards from the line of scrimmage tonight for Monroe Central. They were penalized tonight frequently and often for 85 yards tonight, including 4 15-yarders, 4 turnovers tonight, 2 interceptions, and 2 fumbles tonight for Monroe Central. Shenandoah tonight, Braxton Barnett completed 8 of 9 passes. And then Yates, and the running back there, took a pass, threw it down to Braxton Barnett. As you heard, that was our player of the game. It was tipped. He caught it for a touchdown of 39 yards. So tonight, a total of passing 112 yards passing tonight for Shenandoah. Brennan Porter tonight, Portman, 22 yards on 2 catches. Hunter Yates, 43 yards and 2 touchdowns on 3 catches. And then Joel Radizak tonight, 1 catch, 8 yards. And then, as we said, Barnett, 1 catch for 39 yards. Rushing tonight, the big story tonight was Jacob Feldner. He carried the ball tonight 29 times for 202 yards unofficial. Barnett, the quarterback, 6 carries for 49 yards. Aiden McPeak, 26 yards on 8 carries. He had 2 touchdowns. And then DeVault, 1 carry for 6 yards near the end there. Only 1 turnover tonight. That was the opening interception that Monroe Central took back for a touchdown. So the numbers, 283 yards rushing tonight, 112 passing, 395 yards from the line of scrimmage. And as we said, 1 turnover, and Shenandoah is penalized 4 times tonight for 45 yards.
And just quick, the scoring there, Tucker Howell had a 35-yard interception return from Monroe Central for the first score of the game. And Portman had a touchdown then for Shenandoah. Carter Knowlton a touchdown reception then to give Monroe Central a 12-6 lead. But after that, 2 touchdown catches by Yates, 1 catch by Barnett, 2 runs by McPeak, and a run by Feldner. And it's 46-12 Shenandoah. Plus One Pizza, Cambridge, Caldwell, or Byesville, featuring signature pizzas and a full Italian menu. Visit +1pizza.com. And our Shenandoah player of the game is Jacob Feldner, as Mark mentioned there, 29 carries, 202 yards, and a touchdown. So that will be our player of the game, and we'll get that certificate to him in next week. And a great game by Feldner, 202 yards rushing. Once again, you're listening to tonight's post-game report brought to you by Fresh Start Floor Covering on the Square in Caldwell. With over 30 years experience, they lay it right so you can walk on it for years. And one last time, a thank you to our sponsors, Farmers and Merchants Bank, Doan Ford, Snode State Farm, patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company, Dudley Satelites, WB Green Insurance, Southeastern Med, West 40 Auto Sales, AMG Vanadium, and Fresh Start Floor Covering. Thank you to all those people for bringing us the game here tonight. And thank you to our cameraman, Christian Mills, and our director, Brett Klein. I'm Jeff Stevens, along with Mark Brown, saying once again our final score tonight is Shenandoah 46 and Monroe Central 12. The Zeps moved to 6-1 on the year. The Seminoles are 1-9. Next week we'll be with you on WBNV from Monroe Central, where the undefeated Barnesville Shamrocks will take on the Seminoles. Again, final score, Shenandoah 46, Monroe Central 12. Good night.
Thank you for watching AVC Sports. Today's game is brought to you by Doan Ford, patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, WB Green, West 40 Auto Sales, Southeastern Med, Abels, Valentine Insurance, AMG Vanadium, Farmers Merchant Bank, Snode, and Dudley Satelites.